Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Untitled Sickos cast. Who are you people?
My name is the Mastora, and the Mariners are gonna go to the World Series.
Hey,
I'm Nick Man. My power might be going out soon, so yeah.
My name is Aiden, and the Giants are going to the World Series. Don't believe our doomer ass fan base.
True. And we have a special guest joining us today.
Hello, I'm 24 Amper, or Noah, to be short. I watch Phillies baseball. That's all you need to know about the current state of my mental health.
Well, you did us a big, like a bro solid. You beat the shit Jays for us. Right.
And I'm Car Sausage, and if you notice I sound a little silly right now, that's because I'm somewhere else. Woo! Somebody needed me to take care of cats. Oh, I'm gonna be a little AWOL for the next few days.
Are you okay?
Ugh. Shit brain, Lucas.
Okay, down there.
Shit brain.
God damn it. Yeah, just don't. Yeah, phone's ringing. That's just in the background.
All good. So
They're asking if your refrigerator's running.
Yeah.
Cause you better go catch it. It's a giraffe.
Wait, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna promote this real quick. I just need to. Let's the server real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Hell yeah, Nick's doing God's work.
Yay, we chased him away with a toxic personality.
Wait, should okay, so I know you mentioned like backyard baseball earlier. What's your favorite stadium in backyard baseball?
Probably Ekman Field because, like I said, I grew up with backyard baseball '97, the original.
I gotta say, I'm a softie for Playground Commons. Big ol' softie.
You know, I remember fucking Vinny the Gooch. You know what a fucking name that was.
What the fuck?
We're good now.
I was playing backyard baseball before they had professionals. Yeah.
Just need to do a little more self-promoting. That's all I needed to do.
My man's Nick's the GOAT. Dude, you got a legendary like count on Ice Show Speed, man.
Oh god.
What is that? Did you get like 10,000 likes on that post?
Yeah. Look, I know people ask me just how do you get likes on Twitter? It's literally just the algorithm. It is all the algorithm. It is just, I don't know, post a funny video. Post a video of Patrick Star exploding and you got a funny video.
Just golly.
That's how you win.
Nick's a legend. Not only did he get featured on the ESPN Instagram account, he also made a trending meme about shows.
Yeah.
What an absolute fucking celebrity, and the fact that he chooses to hang with us irrelevant lowlifes is really saying something about his character.
Yeah, I am literally, I use 1% of my power here, okay? I am only using 1% of my power.
Yeah, we got Goku over here. We got the Goku of internet clouds.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy over here.
Like Swing Scoop.
Yeah.
Alright! Let's jump right into preseason week 3 pickups.
Oh, God.
Alright, time to jump right into week 3 preseason pick'ems. What I think is rehearsal week? It's not this week, it's next week. Yeah, finale. Preseason finale. And then, we also will have the NCAA. We're going to do week 0. There's only 2 games. One game fits the ranked conditions. Another one is just because I just find it to be just a really, really good game, and also anything involving the Duke Mayo Bowl. How can we not pick that game? And also, I think the game's like actually genuinely going to be really, really good. South Carolina, North Carolina. It's going to be a good game. And then there's LSU in Florida for week 1. So those will be the CFB week 1 pick'ems. Just 2 games. But
Let
anyway,
this be known, I am most looking forward to Vanderbilt versus Hawaii, by the way.
is that's next week, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Vanderbilt and Hawaii.
Vandy
afraid
versus Hawaii.
I'm afraid I have some bad news, everybody.
What?
What?
Lolita the killer whale has died at the Miami Seaquarium.
Press F to pay respects, y'all.
F.
Yes, F in the chat. F in the chat.
Unfortunately, Jim Irsay just couldn't save the poor thing.
Hey, but now he can spend $2 million on Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to hell.
Yeah, that's. We'll get the Jim Irsay when it's time to.
Yeah, we'll get
Talk about
there.
him.
We'll get there up to the close. But quick preseason pick'ems for week 3. Let's see. I'm gonna go because now I have to be aware of ties. Be wary of ties now. That's bullshit. But to be wary of it. I'm gonna go Eagles. I'm gonna go Marcus Mariota is shit, and he is a shitty quarterback. He's gonna be cut. Dude played so this. I'm gonna go Bears, Commies.
Hey, Greg. How you doing, Greg?
Ravens, and Texans.
I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna be biased again, and I'm gonna go Niners over the Chargers.
My dumbass brain forgot what was my other one. Oh, Commies. I said Commies. Okay, yeah. All right.
So yeah, as usual, my biased ass is gonna pick the Niners.
Of course.
And of course, I can't let a meme die. Ravens.
Yep. Undefeated
win
in the
yet
preseason.
again.
Undefeated.
I'm gonna go chaos mode here, though. Broncos country defeats the Rams.
Really?
I need a new keeper. Holy shit.
Oh,
Alright.
Greg is officially sniffing my stuff.
Good old.
Garsaus is gonna love this prediction. Vikings over the poverty nulls.
They are.
You guys
permanent.
want to see it? You guys want to see Greg real quick? There he is.
Oh,
He's rolling on
cutie.
the-
Nice.
That's a
Hey,
very
Greg.
cute cat. Hey, Greggy!
Hey, no, it's your last
And
pick.
by the way, one last prediction. Y'all are gonna love this, especially because a team the two of you guys hates is losing, and a team one of you guys loves is winning. Seahawks defeat the Packers.
Ooh.
Hell yeah! Fuck the
Nice.
Packers.
So yeah, here are my predictions: Niners, Broncos country, Ravens, Vikings, and Seahawks.
All right. I'll go. Let's see, who do I got for next week? Okay, so first up, I'm going Ravens because Ravens win LOL. Then I got Jaguars over the Dolphins. Ravens, Jaguars. Then I'll go with the. I'll go next. I'll go Raiders. Why not? I'll go to Raiders. They'll win at least something in preseason. So Raiders. Bears because I'm going to Bears because why not? And I'll go Lions.
Spencer.
Oh shoot, me? So let's see. So we have Colts Eagles. This might be controversial, but I'm going Colts because they looked very bad against the Cleveland Browns, and I don't think that's because
not good. Mariota was not good.
yeah, there's a reason he was shown on quarterback as little as possible. And I'm gonna say another obvious pick, Chiefs over the Browns. Some very standard choices. I can't actually.
I didn't get that one. What was the last one?
Chiefs over the Browns.
Well, the Brownies.
Yeah,
Someone did
just
not
some
have
very
a good week at training camp. So Colts, Chiefs.
And I need to get a look at the preseason schedule. This might surprise some people, but I think the Buccaneers are going to ruin the Ravens streak.
Ooh.
A bit spicy, I know, but I think the Bears are going to beat the Bills.
Yes.
And as much as I like the Vikings, they haven't won a preseason game since 2019.
Holy shit! Holy
Yeah,
shit!
seriously.
Really? What the hell?
Yeah, seriously. They just don't do well in the preseason. I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals on this one.
Ooh. Very nice.
And as far as who cares a clock, I have the Raiders beating the Cowboys.
I got 5 already.
I was at 5 anyway?
Colts, Chiefs, Bucks, Bears, Cards.
Okay, cool. Disregard that last one then. Sorry.
I will indeed. And now, as our preseason pickup. Oh man, the NFL season feels like it's so close, but yet so far. Can't wait.
So
to get
close,
into
I can
it.
almost taste it.
I can't wait. Now we get into the NFL. We're talking about the AFC South, and this division.
I tell you what, I themed this thumbnail after West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Because for some reason, when I think about the AFC South, I think of the Appalachian Mountains.
When I think of the AFC South, I
Almost
think of
West Virginia, Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River.
I think this this division is going to be quite the brawl.
I think it's going to be interesting, but not good.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat.
I think how I see it, not the fully spoiled stuff, but it's like there is one team, I clearly see one team above the rest, and the others are fighting with each other. So it's entertaining in different it will be entertaining, but not in the same way as as a division, like as a other stacked division or something. Like it will still be entertaining, but more for sicko reasons. Let's be completely honest.
But like, but for real though, I think this division is gonna be really damn good in a few, like really good in a few years.
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
Trevor Lawrence he's gonna be the face of the Jacksonville Jaguars for a very, very, very long time. The Houston Texans are probably in the last year of a rebuild, like a second last year, the last year of their rebuilds.
Yep.
Even to say what you want about
Yeah.
the Titans, but if Mailman's good, then man, it's something really excited to look forward to. And I mean, even with the Colts, they're the only outlier in all of this. I don't know how well the Colts are going to do. Probably because Jim Irsay. B, you have potentially the team moving in 2031, unless the city doesn't unless the city doesn't give them taxpayer money to repair their stadium. So,
Yes, thanks for telling me that, Trey.
yeah. Thanks for letting us
Yeah.
know, Tree.
Hey,
That stadium
weird-
video, man.
yeah. So weird question, but how do you feel about me putting the sicko in a different, uniform or situation every week?
That's fine.
Is that
That's
all
fine.
right?
That's fine.
Because he's a minor now.
Oh my god! Okay, no, we're good.
Did you just catch that?
No, I know. I thought mine was like, wait, he's underage, and then it's like, wait, no.
Oh my
Not
god.
that kind of sicko, dude.
I was like,
That's
wait.
more sick fuck territory.
Yeah, that's my head. I'm fucked in the head. Let's be honest.
Ooh.
Anyways, this is gonna be really. This gonna be, I can't wait to watch the AFC South. It's gonna be young. I mean, no matter what, the AFC South is just in the worst place just imaginable. They are facing what is, no matter what AFC team you are, your division, just be lucky that you're not the North, the East, or even the West, because golly, that's just a 4-game gauntlet. It is going to be tough, physical. It's going to be tough, physical. It's going to be hard. I feel for a team like Houston because well, we're going to talk about the Texans. I'm just going to give my quick 20 seconds and I'll pass it on to our guest. What makes me interested about the Texans is not only they're just in the AFC, and on the other hand, they're in the easiest division, but I can't tell. It's hard for me to tell if they're going to be a really good team or just a really bad team. Like a team that's like a good team, like in terms like you're going to win 6-7 games and look really nice doing it, or if it's just going to be one of those 2-15 and we give Arizona a top pick. I'm not so sure yet. But anyways, I will pass it off to our guest who's going to talk about the Houston Texans. So the floor is yours.
Alright, so the Texans have always been one wild team to watch. I remember that day very well, 24-0. It pretty much broke the team for years on end. Bill O'Brien became the GM, which worked as well as you'd expect. Jack Easterby was absolutely terrible at his job, and him being fired was the greatest thing the Texans had ever done, or at least one of them. And it just felt there was really nothing the Texans were doing right that entire time. Throughout those several years since the fateful day, Patrick Mahomes and the gang scored 51 points on the Texans after trailing 24-0. And it honestly felt like it hit its bottom this year. Because I thought the Texans could at least potentially try to get maybe 4, maybe 5 wins. But no, they were absolutely terrible. And I was worried for the longest time that they would not even get a win. And we got extremely lucky that we managed to beat the Jaguars, or more so the Jaguars beat themselves in Duval. Of course, that also meant that would screw up our tank, but that didn't really come to fruition until the last 3 weeks of the season, where we beat a heavily injured and heavily broken and falling apart Titan squad, and the Hail Mary against the Colts, where Lovie Smith decided to go full saboteur.
Yep, thanks for that, by the way.
Yes, anytime.
You guys they're currently constructing statues of Lovie Smith at Soldier Field.
Yes.
I don't blame them. I do feel like that getting second overall was not a bad thing. Because we actually did have options. I did not think there was a definitive best quarterback in the league that year. In this draft class, I should say. It was Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, and either one worked.
That is true. My one thing, though, the thing that kind of scared me the most is the rumors that came out that they might not even take a quarterback at 2. I was going, wait.
Yes, I heard all about that. That would have been terrible.
I hated hearing those rumors. It's like, wait, don't do this. There's no way they're not sold on it. And I was hearing so many bad things about Stroud, saying, like, he had a low IQ, didn't do so well during, like, the quarterback IQ evaluation or something like that. He didn't do so well.
Test.
And I'm just like, oh no, why are they scaring it sounds like they're scaring all these people away from drafting Shroud. And I just don't get that. I kind of understand it, but it's like, man, these rumors, they're not good. But I will say, Stroud, this year for Stroud is the most freest year he has. He doesn't worry. Just look good. You'll be fine.
Oh shit! Here comes the cops.
Oh wait, that's me. It's in the background. They picked up on that? Oh yeah, he's got the back door open for the cat to go outside.
Oh yeah, your cat.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine. I will say, rooting for an Ohio State quarterback on the Houston Texans when I root for Penn State could classify as potential treason, but I'm going to let that bypass.
Hey, you could have a real Nittany Lion quarterback in Christian Hackenberg. Everybody's...
Okay.
Hackenberg. I heard he was really good at Penn State. Just at the, what was it?
What fumble?
The AAF. Oh.
He was the victim of being drafted by the Jets, and for some reason, no draft with the Jets ever works.
Yeah.
Except he wasn't even that good enough to be on the Jets, and he was by far the worst quarterback in the AAF.
Yeah, and then got benched for Johnny Manziel. So yeah, that's the story of Hackenberg right there. But anyway,
we digress.
All right. So I was concerned for a little bit when I heard something about C.J. Stroud having a very bad combine. So apparently it was just because he was studying a lot and didn't have a very good sleep. So entering the draft, I was concerned of what the Texans would do. The Panthers obviously chose Bryce Young. That was to be expected. And the Texans actually did surprise me, in which they actually went with the expected guy. They went with C.J. Stroud, and I was satisfied with that. I was actually quite satisfied with that. And then Nick Caserio did something out of left field that completely just changed my mind on him and gave me extreme faith in him in the future. It really felt like Easterby held him back a ton because because I'm convinced that Caserio would never do anything like this. But he decided to go for a gigantic trade with the Cardinals. It actually worked, and we got Will Anderson Jr., a linebacker that we desperately needed. It was insane how he managed to pull that off. I'm assuming the Cardinals are only trading back because they're tanking for USC's quarterback, Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I think with the Cardinals, though, it's this little column A, little column B. Kyler Murray's his contract's got a lot of guaranteed money.
Well, I think the thing with the Cardinals is also because they kind of view, like, this season for Arizona also just feels like a lost season, so it's like you might as well just get the picks you can get.
Man, Arizona whiffing on 2 first-round quarterbacks. I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing with it, though, if they were ready to move on from Murray, trade him now.
It's actually quite sad that they have to move on from 2 quarterbacks. First, they got Josh Rosen, who was terrible and was gone after a year, and now they have Kyler Murray, who's going to be gone after a few years. If in fact they do draft Caleb Williams,
That
3
will
quarterbacks in less than a
blow my
decade.
mind.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
I seem to remember some Vikings teams that were like that.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, there
Yeah,
was a
wasn't the-
two.
Wait, I'm trying to think of that stretch. I'm trying to think of that stretch they had.
We had that time between Culpepper and Cousins where we went through like Tarvaris Jackson, Brett Favre,
Donovan McNabb.
The
Donovan
swan
McNabb,
song of Donovan.
Christian Ponder, Matt Castle was in there,
Do you ever ponder about that
Bradford.
pick?
Sam Bradford, Josh Freeman for one game, one awful Monday Night Football game that made me stop being a football fan for a while.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy
it was that bad.
shit.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was bad. It was bad. But
I
yeah,
know.
Even John Gruden, who usually loves things, is like, talk about an awful game, Mike. You know, like, why was this even on Monday Night Football, man?
yeah. But you see, like, what you get from that is, yeah, for the love of God, please find a franchise quarterback so you don't have to keep searching every single season.
Yeah.
All right, what would be your floor and ceiling for the Houston Texans this year?
Floor would still be the worst team in football. Probably 3-4 wins. There's still a long way to go for this team. That's for sure. They could potentially be an 8 or 9 win team, an average. Though I'm expecting more 7 wins, maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
If they win the division, that would be a miracle. But I personally really factor a lot of experience in my predictions, even though it rarely works. And I just don't think the Texans are ready yet for a playoff push. This is more of a prove-it year to see if their drafts mean anything, and if their rebuild is starting to show some progress.
All right. 37 wins
All
for
right.
the Houston Texans. Aiden,
right.
you wanted to go next.
All right. So yeah, I was just waiting for everyone to yeah. All right. So my view on the Texans, I'm gonna admit this year I have a soft spot for the Texans right now because you know who their coach is? Our former defensive coordinator, DeMeco Ryan. I'm gonna tell you this, Texan fans, y'all are gonna love him. He is great. He's just an amazing person, and he can run a great defense. So Noah, I'm hoping that DeMeco does well with the Texans because we love him here in SF. And
I hope
trust
so.
me,
Go on.
Yeah?
Go on.
trust me, you guys gonna love his energy. Like, when the defense ever did big stops, he was like on the sidelines just pumping his fist, just cheering. I hope he brings that energy to your team because as head coach you're gonna need that. You're gonna need to motivate your team. As for the Texans themselves, their roster, I'm seeing some promising pieces in defense, and you guys drafted CJ Stroud. pretty good quarterback, I should say. And while I do say the offensive, like, skill positions can be a bit, lacking, you guys are rebuilding. Don't sweat it. You guys are gonna get better as the years go by. The O-line team is pretty promising, I'd say. And I gotta say this: if there's a floor, I'm gonna be a bit more. Actually, you know what? Floor, I'm gonna say 4 wins. No offense, but you guys are still rebuilding, so just
Yeah.
focus on developing, focus on making sure everything fits together. However, for the ceiling, I'm kind of bullish. If the team can somehow play greater than the sum of its parts, if the Eagle could give them the dog in them, I'd say 9 wins. Not quite a playoff team, but still pretty damn good.
9 wins
The
would be really
thing that's
good.
just refreshing about this team is that they actually have a plan. They did not have a plan for years.
You know what this team reminds
Amen.
me a lot of? Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no worries. I just said amen.
Okay. Anyway, you know what this team reminds me a lot of? The 2019 Miami Dolphins, where there wasn't a lot of like pure talent on the roster, but there was a lot of heart and passion, especially coming from the coach, who was more defensive minded, and this year is not going to be so much about winning as it is about watching their stonks, aka their draft capital, and I suspect that the Houston Texans Reddit will have a stonks watch where they observe how their draft capital goes, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they start selling pieces off at the deadline. That being said, I see the floor at about 3 to 4. But I also see the ceiling being at around 8 or 9.
All right.
That's honestly the best way to say it. The Texans are just as capable of being the worst team in the league as much as they are as being a good team this year. They're playing without.
Guess who their offensive coordinator is, guys?
Whom?
Bobby Slowick, a former passing game coordinator for, you guessed it, the 49ers.
Nice.
Do you have any experience with Bobby Slowick, Aiden?
Aiden?
Hold on. Let me jog my memory. When did he was he a recent one? Was he like recently?
Yeah, he was the passing game coordinator in 2022, the pass game specialist in 2021, an offensive assistant from... Anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Him. But I gotta say this. Expect a lot of trickery. Expect a lot of expect a lot of short routes. Expect some end rounds like that. And that's basically what I say to expect. Texans fans expect a lot of short routes. Expect a lot of expect a lot of things that make life for the quarterback easier.
And I hate to interrupt previews, but we do have some news from the Great White North. Edmonton, you won a game.
We're getting into that in the ADD mode.
Oh, sorry.
We'll get that into the ADD mode.
Nick, has Nick said anything?
Nick, buddy, are you alive? Oh, he's.
All right.
Oh my God! They killed Nick.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. All right. So regarding the Texans, honestly with the Texans, I see this team. Not gonna lie, I feel similar vibes to this team as I do with the Panthers this season. It's like this team, like, it's clear they're not going to be, like, I don't see them as a playoff team, obviously, but I definitely feel like this is a team that at least is heading in the right direction. They're heading in a better direction than they were in recent times, which, you know, obviously big improvement for the Texans, obviously, after the hell these past couple of seasons have been for them. Like, obviously there's a lot of holes in terms of talent and stuff, but there's obviously improving pieces, Stroud, Anderson, and I'm pretty sure I like what they've done. I've liked what they've done with coaching too. So overall, I mean, as Noah said, like, there is at least a plan with this Texans team, and it's a plan that will take time to execute. But obviously, I see the goal for the Texans this season is just, you know, get a couple more wins. You know, I feel like if they get like 6 to 7 wins, I would view that as a successful season for this Texans team. You know, just show improvement, show progress, and I think that's what they mainly need to do this season. I feel like the rest of y'all summed it up pretty well. So, floor and ceiling will be pretty similar. For floor, I got 4 wins. Ceiling, I got 9. So yeah.
Underrated move, I think, is that they didn't hire Josh McCown as their head coach, like so many rumors were saying.
We were
That
impressed
was
with that.
something.
I was relieved when I heard that news because holy shit, I was saying that all like my if I ever did any power rankings, my comments on the Houston Astros is Astros. What the fuck?
Houston,
Text
famous NFL team, Houston Astros.
Texans. I was like, if you hired Josh McCown, because that sounded like a Jack Easterby signing, like something that Jack Easterby would have done. But now he's gone. So there's a world of possibilities. But what I said in my power rankings is, you're fucked. Josh McCown is your next coach. And I'm happy to say that will never, ever be the case again. As for Houston, they're not good. No matter what, they will not be the worst team in football this year. They're not. I will boldly say that Houston will not be the worst team in football this year. That dishonor goes to the Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry, Las Vegas Raiders.
We can't get Oakland out of our heads.
Yep.
They're always the Oakland Raiders. Nothing's gonna change that until like they change like their team name. They're the Oakland Raiders. I think Vegas Raiders are in a just god awful. We're gonna tear them a new one when we wheel down to them. But I don't think the Texans are gonna be the worst team this year. I think the Texans are gonna be the most fun team to watch this year. December is gonna be a really good month to see where they are at. It's a month where they might look at being maybe like 2-10. But then might finish off 6-11. That's something that I'm kind of looking forward to. Don't worry about Stroud. I know he had a very rough first preseason game. It's Belichick. He does dumb shit all the time.
Stroud had a truly awful first game. It was just kind of par for the course.
Yeah, Belichick will do.
He also threw a goofy touchdown pass.
Yeah, Belichick will just throw some stupid shit, and you're just rolling your eyes and going, "What the hell, Bill? It's preseason." That's Belichick will do like some weird coverage that you go, "Wait, what's this? Oh, psych! It's a trap." Belichick just loves to do that to rookies. Your floor is 2 wins.
Oh, wait,
That-
that was Moose who made that pass, not Stroud. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, 2 wins. That's if everything doesn't really work out so well. But could look forward to for a better season. I think it's 2, but you're still, even regardless, you're still not going to be the worst team in the league. Even at 2 wins, you won't be the worst team. Ceiling, I'm going to go 7. 7 with a really good, like, really good, like a really good end to the season. I think they're gonna have a very, very good end to the season. The old Grim Reaper. The Reaper that grims. Just don't drink the Grimace shake. Don't do it.
Speaking of drinking, the Indianapolis Colts and Jim Irsay.
Ah, the Colts. Allow me to get started on the Colts. Give that dolphin $20 million. They're gonna save it.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Taylor, and I want to get paid my fair share.
Get the fuck out of my office, you son bitch.
Oh, I guess I'll go play for someone else.
No, you're not getting traded.
Wait, what?
You're not getting traded, you son bitch. Now get back to training camp.
Ah, damn it.
And tell them at 2 p.m. that I'm ready.
Alright. Whatever you say, Mr. Irsay, there's somebody, by the way, there's somebody outside your office saying they have the goods. What should I do with them?
Let him in. Give him to me. I can't withdraw for more than 30 seconds or I go crazy.
Mr. Irsay, I got the good stuff. Got the good stuff straight from California.
Man, Colombian cocaine's the purest one of all. Oh, it's a good shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, I want y'all. Alright, I want Jeff Saturday to be my next coach. You, sir, you've already hired someone. Yeah, goddamn it, give me Jeff Saturday to be my goddamn head coach.
Oh, brother. Why can't I be traded to a competent team like, I don't know, the Texans or something?
And literally anybody else.
But let it be known, this content is not sponsored by anyone. Let that be known.
Yeah, that's why we can.
However, if you want to sponsor this great content, then
I-
Please contact Burger King. Please contact Burger King. That's what I say. Please
Burger
just contact
King. Want Burger King. But the thing about the Colts is I feel like I've snorted a shitload of cocaine. And I'm ready to just make my decisions on important things, such as who's going to be my starting quarterback. Oh, it's Anthony Richardson. Wait, really, Richardson? I question that move a lot. Anthony Richardson looked god-awful. And
I think it's time for Minshew Mania, baby.
I know! Like, Minshew is more well-rounded. You shield Richardson. Instead, he's gonna get thrown into the fucking wolves. They have... It's one thing to have absolutely nothing around it. There's nothing around him. There's a couple maybe like solid, like okay guys, and Jonathan, and a very pissed off Jonathan Taylor. Like they might have an O-line.
They're really gonna Andrew Luck him again, aren't they?
I feel like maybe in terms of confidence, they're just gonna Andrew Luck him.
Yeah.
I don't get this. This is one of those things where you protect your future franchise, maybe quarterback, because who knows? He didn't play much in his last year. He hasn't had much professional starts in Florida, and you're just gonna toss him into the Wolves. Okay. Here's the thing. Like, as much as I want to say, I don't. Houston's not going to be the worst team. I think in this division. Like, I think the Colts could get 0 wins this year.
Here's a bit of a hot take. I think I don't think Chris Ballard is as good of a GM as we thought he was.
It seems now he's just making up more excuses as to why he didn't Do you guys like, oh, I don't know why we needed receivers when X was more of a need, and then I didn't know that our franchise quarterback would just abruptly retire like that, and then this and that.
Hey,
Like,
look, it's Philip Rivers. You remember Philip Rivers?
I mean, what I don't get is that they've known they needed a wide receiving core for years. T.Y. Hilton was gonna run out of time. And T.Y. Hilton did not have much time left. And the only really reasonable story making that can honestly go on is Marvin Harrison Jr. gets drafted to the Colts.
And I remember 2019, the year where Andrew Luck retired in the preseason. You know what they did at wide receiver?
Nothing.
They signed Devin Funchess in free agency. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but Devin Funchess is not a good haul.
Isn't something that gets much flowing, I don't know. Like, I mean, that's the only cool storyline that's just coming up. But other than that, Anthony Richardson just has to make like one or two good plays, and it's fine. But dude's gonna get mauled. He is gonna get chewed alive out there by opposing teams. It's gonna be a very long year for Colts fans. Their defense doesn't look. Their defense might be okay. Their coach might be. He was the OC for the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
He was also, hold on, wait, yeah. He was OC for the Philadelphia Eagles 2021 and 2022, and he was also the OC for the Chargers in Justin Herbert's first season. I'll get to him in a bit, actually. I do want to talk about him when I get to my turn.
I think Shane Steichen's I think they'll be able to do a job, but I can't get the Jeff Saturday stench off of me. Like, Jeff Saturday was just a really bad hire. I don't see much in
when
this
he
team.
blew a 33-0 lead.
Yeah, I know. I don't see something that really pops off this paper. I think the Texans, as of right now, have just a better roster than the Colts. Floor. Goose egg. Ceiling 5.
I can't say I disagree with you there.
Enjoy Marvin Harrison Jr. Enjoy your free Marvin Harrison. Talk about that. Outside of that, that's the only interesting storyline that the Colts have. The fact that they might draft that both Marvin Harrison Jr. plays for the same organization. That's all I got. That's all the headlines I got. God damn it, script writers are at it again.
I mean, other than the fact that Jim Irsay is the perfect anti-drug PSA.
True.
You know, don't do drugs.
Don't do
Or
drugs.
Jeff Saturday will be your head coach.
Don't do drugs or your team's gonna become a poverty franchise.
Hey, Blue Bombers won.
Yeah. Bombers.
That's
Alright.
pretty cool.
Alright, who's next with the
Warren
Colts?
Stealing? Alright, so I'm gonna say this about the Colts. I look at the roster, I look at the team. I'm gonna say this. The only group that I probably have some semblance of confidence in is probably the front seven. And that's because, they have studs like DeForest Buckner and Shaq Leonard. Outside of that, the team is just. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, if he re-signs, he's going to be great. But, he had a bad season last year. And, who knows? Anthony Richardson could be a dog. But, he's a very risky pick. And, the Colts themselves, I'm actually going to say this. they have the potential to be worse than Texans, win-wise. So I'm sorry, Colts fans, but I'm gonna have to give them the Buccaneers treatment. The floor is 0 wins.
Wait, I missed their ceiling. My fiance was talking to me.
Oh, sorry, but I haven't said the ceiling yet. Whereas the
Oh,
ceiling, I mean, if things go right and all that, I'm sorry, I can't be optimistic about this team. This team will need a lot of work. This team has some intriguing pieces, has some talent, but let's be honest, they're the perfect anti-drug PSA. Don't do drugs or you're gonna have a poverty franchise. Ceiling is 7 wins. Floor is a zilch.
all right.
And yeah, that's my view.
Whomstith is next.
Spencer gone yet?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, Spencer,
did you have the same as...
what was your floor and ceiling? My fiance was talking to me.
Floor 0. Ceiling 1.
What?
Okay,
Okay.
alright.
All right.
So I feel like the two teams I've been harshest on so far in terms of talking about the NFL, talking about like previewing the NFL this season has been the Cardinals and the Buccaneers. And you know, I was pretty harsh on both of them. And it's like, well, I mean, it's like you have to be in a really bad breed to really get worse than that. Well, today's the day in which we're going to make it get worse. Because here we are talking about the Jim Irsay experience. And regarding Jonathan Taylor, the scene I get flashback to is the freaking SpongeBob Krusty Krab PSA episode. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, like where it's like SpongeBob says the line, "Mr. Krabs, can I have a raise?" And Mr. Krabs immediately responds, "No." And that is Jonathan Taylor talking to Jim Irsay, except it's a lot harsher and a lot more drug-inducing, and you get the point. It's a lot more, lot less child-friendly. Let's just say it right now. But yeah, even if Jonathan Taylor did play for this team is not going to be good. But now that Jonathan Taylor, whatever's going to happen with him, yeah, this Colts team is going to be fucking garbage. This Colts team is going to be an automatic tank bowl contender. And now I will say some positives. Before I go all out with this. Shane Steichen, or
I
they
say
pronounce
Seichen.
Steichen. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, Shane. I actually like for as much shit as I'm giving the coach, I actually did like that hire at coach. I mean, former UNLV alumni. As I noted, offensive coordinator for the Eagles past 2 seasons, and offensive coordinator for the Chargers and Justin Herbert's first season. So I will say he has put up a very good resume. I like what he's done so far in terms of being. I think he's a great offensive coordinator. Only problem is, it feels like, man, he is similar to other players on this team. He is getting thrown to the wolves. He is being put into, let's not kid ourselves, the worst situation in the NFL. Because for as much as I shit on the Raiders, the Colts are absolutely a worse situation in terms of talent and all that. Like, let's be real. Like, this Colts team, it's like it feels similar to, like, I would say Matt Eberflus like last season, except honestly, I feel like the Bears actually had more of a plan than this Colts team does. Let's be completely honest. And it feels like I just get some comparisons, but it feels even worse because of the people in charge of the front office and ownership with Irsay and Ballard. Which, yeah, I mean, Jim Irsay, I mean, if it wasn't for the fucking bid wills and all that, like, Jim Irsay definitely would be probably the owner that fans would want to have them sell the team the most. I mean, he's already competing with Jerry Jones for being the most entertaining doofus in the NFL. So that's, at least he's got that. At least he's got that on his department. But yeah, entertaining doofus. But yeah, looking at the quarterback situation look, I'm just gonna say, I am scared for Anthony Richardson. I am really like fearing for this man because he is getting thrown into the wolves. And I'm just gonna say it right now, Anthony Richardson is a quarterback that really, he's a project. He needs to be taken care of, and throwing him out there like that, I don't care what his talent ceiling is. You are going to get this man killed with what their current plan is and what he's having to work with. Now, Anthony Richardson, many people have compared him to, let's say, Cam Newton. Many people have compared him to prime Cam Newton, what he was capable of, and it makes sense considering Richardson played at Florida. My worry with Anthony Richardson is, as everyone knows, especially with rookie quarterbacks, the NFL can be a pretty unforgiving place. Now, Richardson, as I said, the man's talent is the man has insane talent levels. I mean, he is an athletic freak. He could probably play, like if quarterback doesn't go well, I could genuinely see this man transitioning to running back or wide receiver. He's that damn athletic. Like he's very, very athletic. But the one question mark with Anthony Richardson that really was his main reason for so much criticism of why he was drafted so high. I mean, many people were, in awe of his talent, but there was still criticism of the Colts taking him is because Richardson in college was not good with completion percentage. He had a great arm, but his throwing accuracy was, let's just say, even for college levels, not good. Like, I just want to put the numbers up here in 2022. His completion percentage was 53%. I just want to put that out there. That was his completion percentage. And we all know how quarterbacks, when they're raw, come into the NFL, it can be a really tough challenge in their first year, especially when they're with a bad roster. And I think the best comparison for Anthony Richardson is Justin Fields in 2021, and even, really, I would say early, even last season for a good portion of it. You put a raw quarterback in a really bad situation, and what you get is some awful play. And what's concerning to me is that, I mean, for as raw as Justin Fields was, he was coming into the NFL, he was a much better passer than Anthony Richardson. Like, I noted how similar to, how Richardson had, a 53% completion percentage. Justin Fields in his full, I mean, I'll use his full college football season, like the one where he played. 67%, that was his completion percentage, and you saw how much trouble he had in an awful situation. And of course, I will say, I do think the Colts have a better head coach than Matt Nagy, but at the same time, it's like, I am just nervous with Anthony Richardson because the potential's clearly there. Obviously,
Wait a second. I just thought of a better comparison than Andrew Luck for me.
What?
RG3.
Ooh, RG3, yeah. I mean, my thing with Richardson is I think he can succeed because there was one quarterback in recent memory who had an awful completion percentage in college, but proved everyone wrong, and it turned out to be a great quarterback, and that quarterback is Josh Allen. But here, the difference is obviously the Bills did a much better job, at least from what I'm seeing. I feel like they did a better job of, pulling him into the situation, building him up, and, as we've seen, making him into a great quarterback. Even though I do like who the Colts got at coach, I feel like with how much shit needs to be cleaned up with this situation, it's like I am not feeling confident about Anthony Richardson. I just feel like it could be very similar to 2021 Justin Fields, or honestly, I think another good comparison is last season's Malik Willis and the small time he played. Because I'm not gonna lie, I get some vibes with those two. Both very raw.
But it
and all
felt
that.
like with
But
Malik Willis, he never got a real shot. They were
And I will
so
say-
ready to move off of him.
And I will say, in the very least for Richardson, he's getting a chance. I just hope. And another thing to know about the Colts, I should know, is that their O-line has also, let's be real, really been regressing in recent years. It's really started to fall apart. And as for the receivers, because we mentioned the receiving situation, I mean, Josh Downs, I like that pick. I mean, I hope Josh Downs does well. Alec Pierce showed some potential. He could do pretty well. I mean, he'll have to do well with what the Colts are working with, and I mean, probably number one, their main guy right now, their number one guy is Michael Pittman Jr., which honestly, Pittman, I feel like Pittman has the potential to be a very good number 2 receiver, but having him as your number 1 receiver is not exactly the greatest sign for what he's having to work with. So, yeah, and Jim Irsay, it's just, this Colts team is just made much worse by the fact that they have a fucking, let's just be real right now, an absolute clown at owner right now. That's how I see it.
Crap.
And that's
Guess who they have as their defensive coordinator?
Yeah, Gus Bradley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Oh,
Gus
no.
Bradley's a good
Oh,
defensive
I
coordinator.
mean, he's not the worst
Yeah, I was
defensive
about to say that.
coordinator. He's not the worst defensive coordinator in the world, but at the same time, I feel like, yeah, you could. I get the feeling he's going to be gone after this season, mainly just to get a more current defensive coordinator with the staff. But
Hey, guess who they have on their defensive staff? Former Pittsburgh Steelers safety Mike Mitchell.
Mike Mitchell.
Oh,
On that, Mike
he's the guy who was
Mitchell.
screaming. He was the guy who was screaming.
Wait, on the coaching staff?
Assistant
Yeah, he's
defensive
currently the-
backs coach.
Oh, it's just an assistant. That's nothing.
But
I can
still,
never. I'm sorry. I can never get Tree just screaming at him that you're a waste of oxygen out of my head when I hear that name. But yeah. As for the Colts, this team is trash. This team is gonna suck ass. Ceiling 4 wins, floor goose egg. They're getting the 0 treatment. You get 0 wins.
Ooh.
Let's go. Let's go.
oh, not anything you said. I just realized their offensive coordinator is Jim Bob Cooter. Oh.
Have fun, Colts! Talk about a speed run right back to being known as the Glue Factory.
This is like you guys saw like the worst of the 2010s Detroit Lions and were just like, yeah, that.
Also, would it not be the first time they went without a season without a win? Because didn't they do it like way back? Wasn't it the year where they were?
Oh yeah, during the strike season. You're talking
Right.
about the strike season.
Oh look. I mean, maybe. I mean, I think I may have.
Yeah, the 1982 Baltimore Colts.
Oh.
They went 0-8-1, but not many people count that as a true winless season because the season was shortened due to the NFL strike at the time.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Noah, what is your floor and ceiling for the Indianapolis Colts?
That is a good question. Honestly, they could range from being either decent, like maybe 6 or 7 wins if they're lucky, or if they're just good, to possibly contender for the worst team in football. I really think the Saturday era really screwed them up, and I seriously doubt that much is going to change with the offensive line's woes. I personally feel like it doesn't matter what quarterback they really get, and this isn't just the case of Andrew Luck and luckless stuff. I just personally think their offensive line is a fatal flaw and has not been addressed well at all. And that has been the case for many years. And if that continues to be the case this year, then they're on pace to being one of the worst teams in football. A rookie quarterback, even if he's mobile, cannot handle a terrible offensive line. And that's what the Colts have really need to work on for years and yet never do.
It really is. Yeah.
That probably might have come out extremely wrong, and I might be wrong about all of this, but that's what I've seen from the Colts in the past.
They've been a lost cause ever since Peyton Manning has left the organization.
Yeah. At this point, that team could probably move to Saskatoon.
Fucking Saskatchewan.
Move him to St. Louis. Just
I mean, it might happen.
I remember, wasn't there was supposed to be like a St. Louis team called the St. Louis Stallions. I remember there was supposed to be something along the lines of that. So
yeah, that was a relocation of the planned relocation of the New England Patriots when they were terrible.
yeah.
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 So, what you got as your floor and ceiling for the Colts? Either her.
Are you still referring to me or someone else?
You.
Okay. I think I mentioned it. They could be a 6 or 7 win team, or they could be one of the worst teams in all of football. It all depends on how well the offensive line holds Anthony Richardson.
So what's...
So I will be perfectly honest here. I am not exactly the biggest. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Anthony Richardson. I thought he had some issues with his throwing throughout his college career. Of course, that could always change, and I feel like it's easy to develop him. He has a ton of upside, and he did play some great games during his college career. But I personally just feel like in the pocket, if the rush gets to him, he does not play well, especially if he has to throw. And I saw that a lot with the Florida State game.
Yeah, the two games I saw it with was the Florida State game and the game against Kentucky last season. Those were the two games where I feel Richardson really got exposed.
So how low can they go? Is it gonna be what's the number for their floor?
Their floor would probably be 3 wins, maybe even 2 wins. Their ceiling would be 6.
Okay.
6 or maybe 7.
2. Alright. Alrighty.
Sounds like I had the most brutal floor. I mean ceiling.
It's more like get out of here with that weak shit Texans.
That's it.
Alright, the Jacksonville, I got the moves like Jagger Jaguars. Doesn't it feel nice to not be in the basement like they always are? Except we actually mean it this time. They had that weird time where they made the
AFC Championship game.
Right. The championship
Yeah,
game.
Blake Bortles year.
Miles Jack was down.
Yeah, and then it completely fell apart the year later.
So, yeah, the Jaguars are in a great, like, the fact that the Jaguars are considered part of the Big Five of the AFC, and to be a Big Five, and especially the toughest division in football, like, especially the toughest conference that I think I've ever seen in football, says so much. This is going to be a very, very, very good team. Trevor Lawrence is finally there, and you know what? They have probably a very intriguing trade piece. Nathan Rourke. And that right there might be a franchise quarterback in the making. Could be. Probably might not be.
Really?
Nathan Rourke, like, he did stupidly good in the CFL. Like, he had his rookie season and did really good to the point where it was like, they told him, like, get out of here, go to the NFL, you're too good for the league.
Well, you know who else they said that to about a minor leaguer going into the NFL? Garrett Gilbert.
Oh yeah, Garrett Gilbert just over, but Garrett Gilbert still did pretty good. He did reasonably well. Started a few games, but kind of didn't take advantage of, when you're a backup, you got to make sure you got like a wide range of teams that you can contact with the side. But Nathan Rourke, though, this kid is something special. He dazzled very well when playing against the Cowboys in the preseason game. He's got to be so. He's worth. I'm not saying he's worth.
They're gonna trade. Jim Irsay is gonna trade a first for him.
What I mean is Nathan Rourke provides the Jaguars a very unique ability that they have a pretty big trade piece that they can trade away and get like a pretty, like a reasonable return, like not like a first, but maybe like a very late third round pick. He might be dealt at the deadline to a team that really needs a quarterback. And even if Trevor Lawrence goes down, I'm not really worried about it. I would not be really worried at all. I think they have a very good offense. As much as we're like, holy shit, why would you pay Christian Kirk this much money? It's paid off. They got a very good tight end in Evan Ingram.
I'm absolutely shocked that Trent Baalke is actually right.
I am too.
I'm sure Aiden is flabbergasted too.
We are all flabbergasted.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
am stunned. I am befuddled that they did good. I think Jacksonville's in a really good spot. They got Calvin Ridley, which could be just another really awesome target. They have a really good head coach. And they have everything working out for them, and the best part is they play in the weakest division in football. Yes, they're going to have to still play the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills. But those games are going to be fun. I think Jacksonville's going to be looking for revenge against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to give their ceiling 15. I don't see why 15 is too far-fetched. I'm going to give 15. Their floor is 11 just because of their weak division.
Wow.
Just because the division is just so weak. They're going to be
I like the Jaguars. I thought they were a fun team last year. But my question is, how sustainable was it? Because they had to let go of a lot of pieces in the offseason because of how far over the salary cap they were. And I think that's going to be a big concern heading into this year. While I do have the ceiling pretty high at like 12 or 13, I have their floor at 5 because just because of how many pieces they had to let go.
But they still have a lot of their key offensive pieces with them. I mean, they let go of some guys on defense that just weren't performing. They weren't performing at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They let go of, like, bad defensive players.
Oh, yeah, sort of like what the Vikings did.
Yeah, they let go of them. They're not a bad cap hit. I mean, defensively, there's some question marks. I would like to see a nice big step from Travon Walker. I'd like to see a big step from him. But
otherwise, the fact that they passed on Aiden Hutchinson for him is bad.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with the Jaguars. Jacksonville. Yeah, I'll just say it right now. Definitely my pick to win the South right now. Considering the fact that Jacksonville really picked up the stride in the second half of the season, that can, for a lot of teams, that can be a very good sign of what's to come. Especially considering I like what Jacksonville's done so far. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, now that he has literally a coach not named Urban Meyer, doing a good job with Doug Peterson. You know, that's obviously what you'll love to see for the Jaguars. Running backs, Travis Etienne. Also, gotta say, Tank Bigsby, I could see him becoming the number 2 running back for the Jaguars. I would not be shocked about that. But obviously, the real jewels with this Jaguars offense outside of Lawrence is obviously comes with the receiving core. I mean, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Zay Jones, and at tight end, Evan Ingram. Like, goddamn, this is a lot of, this is no question one of the best receiving cores in football, in my opinion, with counting the receivers and tight ends. Like, this is some damn good shit from Jacksonville, and obviously still questions regarding their defense and stuff. I think that could be the Achilles heel with this Jaguars team, but I definitely see them taking that jump considering how they did in the second half of the season last year. So Jaguars, I think their floor, if shit goes wrong, I think their floor is 8 wins, and I think their ceiling, I'm gonna go 14. That's their ceiling. I think they got a very high ceiling for this. Like, they're just, you know, knowing what they accomplished, especially with that comeback against the Chargers, which obviously gives you so much of a confidence boost for a long time to come, knowing you were capable of doing that kind of stuff. It's like, I like what Jacksonville has, and they will be a contender in the AFC this season.
All right, so I guess I'm next.
Yes.
All right, so I'll think about the Jags. I like what they've been doing. They've quietly developed a pretty good offensive arsenal. And Trevor, now that he's coached by someone who isn't Urban Meyer, we're gonna see like Trevor, like him with his long hair flowing, slinging touchdowns everywhere. And you know, the defense could use some work, but hey, you know, it can all be perfect. So I'm gonna be pretty bullish on the Jags. Floor, if things go wrong, if Trevor regresses, I'd say 8 wins probably. But ceiling, I'm gonna go with Nick Man, probably say 14 wins if they're stealing. This is a team that's about to be good, and with a rather meh division, they're about to have a pretty decent schedule. So, yeah, good job.
Alright, Noah, what do you got? Floor and ceiling for the Duval.
Honestly, truth be told, I think they're the facto they're the de facto AFC South champions, barring a collapse. The Texans are rebuilding, the Colts are the Colts, and I don't think the Titans are going to be here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're potentially an 11-win, maybe 12-win team at their best. If they miss the playoffs, even though I doubt they will, it'll likely be maybe a 6-win team.
Wow.
But I'm pretty confident that the AFC South is Jacksonville's to lose. I don't see any of them coming close. Any other team coming really that close.
All right, yeah, Jacksonville, they'll be fine. They're part of the big.
I do want to say this with Jacksonville. I do want to say I would not be shocked if they beat, like, considering I expect them to beat the Colts, and if they beat the Chiefs, I'm telling you, they could start off the season on an undefeated streak. I could definitely see them starting off really well, especially considering yes, they are also playing the Bills, but they're playing them in London, which automatically, I'm just going to be real, feels like London shenanigans leads to Jaguars victories. That's just how I see it. But yeah.
Also leads to Vikings victories because, fun fact, Minnesota is undefeated in London.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Yes, that is Duval.
Duval. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans.
Is there ever a team that's so boring in its failure as the Titans, because honestly, even when they're good, they just emanate failure, and it's not even an exciting kind of failure, just like a really boring kind of one. Like, oh, Meatloaf again. That's the kind of mood you have when you realize your team is playing the Titans. You know, like, oh, like when I threw up in the middle of class when I was in the second grade, they gave me a Titans sweater, and I was like, oh man, come on, the Titans. I was fucking 8 years old and I knew that the Titans were ass. Alright, was that a bit too personal?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll say with Tennessee. It's like, hold on. I'm pretty sure I'm picking up the right team here. It's like ask the tennis, like ask a random NFL fan, like just a random NFL fan with at least some sort of knowledge. It's like, hey, did you know that the Tennessee Titans won 13 games in 2008? And it's like, wait, really? It's like, yeah, it's like the Titans are just the forgotten. Even when they have their great seasons, they do feel forgotten. It's like, oh yeah, they won 13 games that season. It's like, wow, I have never heard anyone actually talk about that team since that season happened.
Or how about that time the Titans had Randy Moss, and they proceeded
Wait, they
to
had
do
Randy
nothing with Randy Moss. Yeah, 2000, and I want to say it was in 2010 or 2011 they had Randy Moss.
2010, yeah, 2010.
Fun fact: Titans are the only team with two 2K rushers in CJ 2K and Derrick Henry, and yet no one knows and no one gives a shit because no one gives a shit about the Titans.
I mean, the thing that is weird about the Titans, it feels like the Titans have done a bunch of accomplishment, and then there's that asshole in the back that goes, nobody fucking cares! Did you win a Super Bowl? No. Oh, you've had all this great talent, but like it's just done in this like least interesting ways. They've had a great college quarterback in Vince Young, who was a college legend, busted in the NFL on who, guess what, the Titans. I'm just so unamused by the Titans. They have felt like they've done a lot, but at the same time they've done nothing. It's receiver graveyard. R.I.P. to my homeboy out there, Julio Jones. Hey man, I'm sorry, Julio. I'm so sorry that we have to see your career go out like this. I'm sorry.
Whenever I play Immaculate Grid, and one of the columns is the Titans, I'm like, oh, fuck. There goes my, pretty much the only team.
Yeah, my thing with the Titans is this isn't the most boring team in my opinion, but it's definitely the team that, for me, it just screams, wow, this football team sure does exist.
It's the Morbius of NFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Nickelback of NFL teams.
Look at this quarterback. He's not gonna. Nobody gives a shit. Also, the Oilers.
My favorite part of the season was when Marcus Mariota said it's tightening time, and then proceeded to underthrow receivers all over the field. The Tennessee Titans are truly one of the teams of all time.
Mm-hmm. True that.
All right. All right. Anyone got any floors and ceilings for them?
All right. 11 ceiling. The division is so weak. You have 4 free wins. 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 4 free w I think receiver-wise, they have a lot of really good talent, and I mean, Tannehill's not that bad. As the Titans will get the 7th spot, they'll get the final wild card spot. I know, 2 South teams in the playoffs. It's just crazy. It's either that or they get eliminated by the Houston Texans. 11 wins is their ceiling. 7 is the floor. Dun dun.
All right, so Titans are just so mid. I'm just gonna say this right now. They're mid. I think the one thing I might be interested in with the Titans is probably Derrick Henry and whatever the hell their quarterback carousel is gonna be. And I mean, they do have some pieces of defense, but let's be honest. Everyone pretty much looks at the Titans. They're like, oh, they exist. And I'm gonna give them the same treatment for my floor and ceiling. Well, with a bit of a twist. Ceiling's actually gonna be 10 wins because this division is garbage. Yeah, literally a Pikachu could win a division at quarterback. Whereas for 4, I mean they're bad, but not bad enough to be Colts level bad or Buccaneers level bad. So I'm gonna give them 6. Talking about the Titans makes me sleepy. There we go. Floor 6, ceiling 10 for the black team.
What was your floor? What was
He
your...
said 6.
6, okay. Alright, any other floors and ceilings for the Tennessee Titans? Tits.
Yeah, I feel Tennessee. Honestly, like it feels very similar. I mean, I've already said this team just exists, but like it feels similar to what the Patriots are right now, where it's like they're not going to be good enough to compete, but they're also not going to be bad enough to truly tank. Like they're kind of stuck in a football hell position right now, which, granted, I'll admit in terms of the NFL, being stuck in that position is not as bad as other leagues like NBA or MLB or maybe actually not MLB, NHL. That should be the better comparison, NBA and NHL. But yeah, the Titans. It's just. I mean, even with Hopkins, it's like I just see this team as like, yeah, they'll be competitive. They'll get games here and there. They'll win when they need to, and they'll lose when they shouldn't. But yeah, and I mean, the thing with the Titans is quarterback situation. I mean, I will say Malik Willis has looked better in the preseason. I will say that he has looked more polished. I will say that he's definitely looked better than Will Levis, who literally just shoved it into triple coverage against the Bears on that final possession. Great going, Will. Just, yeah, that was not a great moment for Will. So it definitely might be a while before we see Will have a starter next to his name. But Ryan Tannehill, he's not the worst quarterback in the world. He's not a bad quarterback, but he really is mid. Like, he's just the definition of mid when it comes to quarterbacks right now in the NFL. It's just, I mean, even in that 2021 season where the Titans got the first seed, it's like he was mid in that season. It wasn't like, 2020 or 2019 when he actually had some great play in those seasons. He just feels mid, and it really does represent the Titans very well. It's just a very, very just mediocre team. I mean, even if Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, it's just also Treylon Burks hopefully taking a big step. It's just, I just feel like the Titans they exist, and not gonna lie, I'll give my socks. Honestly, I feel like if the Titans miss the playoffs again, I feel like they need to enter a rebuild. Like, I feel like they're done if they miss the playoffs again. They have to just say fuck it and nuke shit. And I do wonder, I have to say, especially with Downing gone now, which thank God for that, I gotta say, I feel like Mike Vrabel could be on the hot seat, in my opinion. Like, I feel like he's got some pressure this season. Like, I think he's a really good coach. I like him. Also, he's a great defensive coordinator, if I'm correct, or at the very least, a talented defensive man. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like it might be time for might be time for a change if things don't get better real soon with the Titans. So, yeah, the way I see it, floor, I'll go. I don't think they're going to be much worse than last season. Floor, I'll go 6. Ceiling, I'll go 10. That's all I see it with this team. Just very, very mid is the Titans.
All right.
What is it, Greg?
Greg wants to tell you what he thinks of the Titans. What is Greg telling you?
He says he's saying something very controversial, and I think I'm gonna have to agree with him. I'm gonna make the very rare decision to abstain from the floor and ceiling because Tennessee Titans football is so worthless that it's not even worth paying that much attention towards.
Fuck. But for the,
That's
what's the floor and ceiling?
Floor who, ceiling cares.
All right, seriously though, what's the?
We already know how the season is gonna end. They're gonna go into week 18 needing a win to get in the AF.
Got it. 8 wins.
AFC.
Eight.
Yeah, so what you're saying
eight,
is the floor and ceiling is going to be 8 wins. That's what you're basically
8
saying.
wins.
Also, I just want to say the perfect clip for them is like literally Squidward playing the clarinet and Patrick falling asleep right after. That is literally that is the Titans right there.
Yes.
Just
Do
put the
that.
Titans logo on Squidward and you got a meme right there.
Yeah, E minor.
You minor fuck.
Boring team.
What an unfun team. No. What's your record for this exciting team?
Give Houston the Oilers logo back, by the way, if you're gonna be so boring.
I mean, they're gonna be
that's
using. They're using their jersey this year's as throwbacks.
Like I get that it's like fun and banter and silly, haha, we got the Oilers identity, but you're so goddamn boring. It isn't funny. It almost feels like the old grandma down the street just being like, well, this baseball ended up in my yard, so it's my baseball now.
God damn it. God.
I gotta agree with that. God, that team is so boring.
Ugh.
All right.
Yeah,
well, what's your floor and
I'd ra-
ceiling for the Tennessee snoozes?
Oh shit! I think he fell asleep because of how boring the team is.
Oh, wake up!
The
For the love
Titans.
of God, wake up!
The Titans. It's okay. We fall asleep with the Titans too. I mean, we can transition into ADD mode and then ask him later.
We're transitioning to that. I will say, we could have a debate about having like the whole debate about throwback uniforms and having it with different, teams and all that, like with the Titans and the Oilers and all that. I mean, granted, it is the same franchise, but
Warren
There's
Moon himself
guy-
says he hates the Titans.
How could you hate the Titans? They
They're
even
so
had a
boring.
whole movie remembering the Titans, except nobody fucking remembers.
Because he's a former
them.
Oiler and he doesn't like the team that stole his former team.
it is pretty. But I'm not gonna lie when I say I did get a. It is fucked up, but I honestly kind of laughed when I saw Tree talk about how, yeah, the Titans owner was such a dick that he basically blocked the text, like he blocked Houston from getting the Oilers name. It's like, yeah, that's fucked up, but honestly, it's the kind of pettiness I kind of like. You know what? I can at least respect someone being that fucking petty.
It's some goon shit. Hello.
well.
Who is this?
It's
It's awesome.
Ozza. Ozza! Oh my god! Hey, while I have you here right now. Give me your week 3 pick'ems for the preseason. While I have you right here, so I can just jot them down. Let's week 3 preseason pick'ems. I want to jot them down right now.
Give me a moment.
Okay.
Schedule.
Oh, Kurt, give me a moment. That's not how it's played.
You're absolutely.
You gotta say it from the heart, man.
The
Wait,
heart.
I gave it to you.
You gave me week 2. I want week 3.
No, I give you Browns, Giants. What else?
You gave me that was week 2. I want week 3.
Yeah, the next week.
Next
Ooh.
week. Next week.
Oh, that's week 4.
No. Oh, week 4. You know what I mean. I don't count the Hall of Fame game. Week 4.
Alright, let's see.
Week 4.
Lions,
All right.
Bills, Giants, Eagles, Seahawks.
Hell yeah.
By the way, I am 0-1-1 for the week. No, 1-0-1. Oh no, 1-1-0.
Oh, Giants won?
Giants won.
Green.
And then
They did
tie.
win.
They won that. Oh, I did not pick the Panthers. Thank God.
Yeah, by the way, don't look at this image that I just posted in the chat.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
What happened?
That's the Sickos committee. They tweeted out what the Tennessee Volunteers.
Oh
they
my
should
God,
use
what
a
the
logo.
hell? What the
That's-
Is this like
that's-
a napkin at
I'm gonna
Whataburger
see
or
it,
what?
you guys.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
What a time to leave too.
Like
Cool.
literally, this is like
Yeah, get blind.
This is-
Yeah, just get blinded by a orange napkin. That's
is this a napkin from Whataburger? Well, I've never been to Whataburger before, but this looks like something from
Oh, my
Whataburger. What the heck?
fucking God. Oh my God, that looks beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. By the way, did you guys vote for the preseason poll for the Sickos committee?
yes, I did. I put Iowa at number 1.
I put Edmonton 10 times. Yeah,
You were getting kicked out real quick. By the way, I just want to say that in terms of the ranking, it's like they're like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, they actually. I went on and said it could be anything. You can literally put the same team 10 times if you want.
Oh man.
You can.
I should have put Iowa 25 times, or no, 10 times. I don't know why I said 25. I was thinking the top 25.
Iowa Hawkeyes. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. And actually, I didn't put Edmonton. I was thinking it'd be really fun if we all just put Edmonton 10 times to get the number 1 ranking.
Speaking of Edmonton, holy crap, you guys!
They
Edmonton won a
game! Congratulations, Edmonton! You've won a game!
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I thought the football. Oh my fucking God. Edmonton's won a game. Congratulations to Edmonton. You did it! Although they still haven't won a game since I was allowed to cough into someone's mouth. It's
Wait,
been
you
that
did
long.
what?
You know, they won before. They haven't won a home game since 2018 against the BC Lions. I mean, they were pretty bad.
Hey guys, I have a fun fact for y'all. Did y'all know that Jimmy Graham is still in the NFL?
You're kidding, right?
No, he's still in the league.
He is.
I did
He's
it! I
20%.
made the meme!
What? What? How is he in the league? How old is he?
Oh yeah! He plays for the
Thanks.
Saints. Oh yeah!
Okay, so just a reunion tour, basically, probably.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know that Jimmy Graham played college in? No wait, he played basketball in college.
You know, I was gonna say this. I was gonna bring this up earlier with I was gonna bring this up earlier when we name dropped Kyler Murray. How funny would it be if Kyler Murray just says fuck this? He says fuck. Okay, you know what? Screw like fuck y'all. I'm leaving, and he goes to play baseball. That would be hilarious, in my opinion.
He
Oh,
would
but you
be
know which
playing
team
for
owns his
Oakland,
rights, though? He's gonna have to play for the fucking Athletics.
Not gonna lie, that would be hilarious if the Cardinals are so bad that they make their franchise guy play for the Oakland soon to be Las Vegas A's. Like how pathetic can you be with that?
By the way, I made the fucking Squidward with the clarinet Titans meme.
Yeah, I see it. I see the meme. I love the image flip watermark in the fucking corner.
That's amazing.
That is, oh.
Yeah.
Indeed. One thing that Elks winning a game is, like, again, congratulations to the team. It took you dumbasses long enough, but you know what? I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them.
By the way, the new San Francisco IKEA just opened up. Exciting stuff, I know.
Ooh, it is exciting.
Yeah, the Bay Area gets more IKEAs. We got more
boy.
IKEAs than freaking. Then which place? Which place says no IKEAs again? Nashville, right?
Nashville, New Orleans, Cleveland, Albuquerque.
How do we have more IKEAs than the fucking South? No wonder everyone hates Californians. We have more IKEAs than the entire southern United States.
Dicks.
Jerks.
Yeah, we
Buffalo
hoarded.
doesn't have an IKEA.
Oh, that's a missed business opportunity for IKEA. To have no IKEAs in Bill's Mafia land. Like, why?
It's like cheap Swedish furniture with a culture that smashes tables. Hello.
They smashed the tables. I just go back to this fucking Sweet Life on Deck episode when they were in Sweden. They made an amazing joke about IKEA products that I just happen to find absolutely hilarious. I liked it a lot, but yeah, you know, there's IKEA in San Fran. What the hell? Anyways, time to talk about something completely depressing.
Alright.
Oh boy, wonder.
My sex life?
No.
The Toronto Maple Leaf.
The Angels blowing a 5-1 lead.
Wait, the Angels lost tonight.
No, it's not over, but they blew a 5-1 lead to the Rays. It's funny.
Why am I not surprised anymore? Why am I not surprised that
What
the Angels
the
doing something
fuck?
stupid?
Oh my, oh, Kaloy. If you donate to our Patreon, every dollar will go to making sure that Shohei Ohtani goes to a caring and loving home.
AKA the San Francisco Giants.
Oh my god! The thing that just pisses me off so much is that they are so their desperation is showing. They called up their first draft pick from this year's draft.
Yeah, they did. He
What
made his
was it?
debut.
We've
He
only
made
like
his debut. He
oh
made his
my
debut
fucking
40 days after getting drafted. So yeah, we are experiencing that
dear
with the
lord.
Angels.
I mean,
Who
here's the
was
thing.
the team last? I remember last week I compared a team to the Calgary Flames. I don't remember who, but
Was it the Dolphins? I think it was the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
it's the Dolphins. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dolphins. The Dolphins.
But anyway, what's the depressing news? Is it
Well,
Leafs related?
we're gonna talk about Wander Franco.
Oh no.
Oh God,
Oh man.
that's not depressing. That's just a sick
Yeah,
fuck
he's
who needs
sick,
to
dude.
go
Just-
to jail.
The guy.
Yeah, just send his ass to jail.
How? Like, my question is, how the fuck do you just be so stupid enough? Like, again, he's from the Dominican Republic, not a first world country, with the legendary opportunity of making life-changing money. There's baseball players, right, that are starting usually in the Dominican leagues, that have big money contracts that give back to the villages. Like Julio. He's got Julio's. A cereal!
I hate to be that guy, but you could argue the same thing for what happened with Felipe Vasquez.
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
yeah, I mean, it's basically the same. Well, what's the rule? It's basically, just to give my quick rundown on it, because I really just do want to get this out of the way. Yeah, it's really just so similar to it. I mean, granted, I feel like Felipe was basically confirmed real quick what he did, which I'll still wait and see what happens with Wander, but like, yeah, not looking good. It's not looking good for him.
I was like, alright, 50-50, let's see where, oh god, I'm at like 90-10 now. I hate seeing this. I hate seeing this so much. I hate seeing stars being exposed as pedophiles. Especially when it's the definition of rags to riches. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like, I mean, I feel like the Rays, knowing their system, they'll survive it well, but yeah, it's really not a good look for, like, like, the people coming up from that system, well, the people coming up from where Wando, just, yeah, it's just a fucked up situation. That's really all that can be said.
it is. I really hope that may God have mercy on your soul, Mr. Franco. May God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah, I actually, okay, I do want to say this, in terms of funnier shit, yeah, in terms of talking about actual funny shit, the NFL Twitter admin completely botched who the backup Panthers quarterback name was and called him Luke Walton. It's Jake Luton, by the way. I'm not kidding.
Luton? He's still in the league?
Luton,
Wow.
Yeah, he's still in the league. He threw a touchdown preseason, but the NFL Twitter account called him Luke Walton.
What? Luke Walton?
I remember Jake Luton from
sport.
I remember Jake Luton when he was starting a few games for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah,
I remember when he got
season. This has been up for 3 hours, by the way.
And I remember because Gridiron Heights mentioned him, like Lamar Jackson was like, "Hey, who are you?" And he said, "I'm future trivia answer Jake Luton."
It's true.
Oh, look at you saying true like you're Tegan or something.
That's how I always have said true, though. I've been like, true. I'm not taking.
Yeah, literally, Luke. Yeah, so yeah, Carolina Panthers legend Luke Walton. That is the situation here.
Yeah. And also in some depressing news that's not Onyo related, EA has dropped their trailer for
NHL 24, and oh boy, it looks like it's headed down the same hell path as
Well, it's
Good old
always it's always
Madden.
been the same hell path as Madden. There's no difference. It's always the same hell path. There's the same game, but like this one, this one particular. Oh, we get to have the glass shatter and knock people into overboards, and then no PC port.
How many years have we been asking for a PC port?
Oh, we've been asking for years, and kind of like the only good thing that's there is they're gonna have cross-platform at launch, and it sounds, keyword, it sounds like that franchise mode could have some strong connectivity. Mayhaps. Could.
I don't know. It kind of seemed like, as far as cross-platform stuff, it felt more like they were leaning more into like HUD.
Online, yeah. Well, yeah, but they had cross-platform last year. The thing that kind of interests me a little bit is, especially, I mean, the thing that kind of bumps me out is the cross-platform is only with like the same console generation. That's the only. Like, I imagine if they were to announce saying, "Hey, we have this game that's cross-platform now," except there's one problem. Same console generation. So even though Spencer has an Xbox One, we couldn't do like a franchise mode because I'm PS5 and he's Xbox One. Whereas that
I'm sorry about that. I'm too much
Spencer, that's not your fault. That's never blame yourself. Never blame yourself for that. It's not your fault. These consoles, like the next generation consoles alone, are just so difficult to get your hands on to begin with. It's not your fault. I'm not blaming. I can never blame somebody for not getting a console when especially the money wasn't there to begin with. That's never your fault. Never blame yourself.
I will say with EA, there has been a media shitstorm with another certain game from EA Sports this week, and I'm sure you can imagine who I'm talking about.
Fucking
Oh,
Madden.
yeah. The new Magic came out.
Oh my god. The thing that pisses me off about Madden so much is I feel like we know what the game is. The depth of Madden is like of a puddle. The stuff they had, oh hey, you could do all these mini games. There's no depth to it. Where's like
I will say when a Madden game from 2005, nearly 20 years ago, has far more to do in it than a Madden game from 2023. That is really just sad.
It's just a tragedy. Like how?
And also, I don't think the new Madden soundtrack is at all memorable. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. I've never been into rap, and that's what I feel all it is. It's just rap. Whereas at least NHL, I have a wide range of music that I can listen to. It's just I'm just not a rap. To me, my genre it's not rap.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's enough.
Speaking of varied soundtracks, if y'all want a sports game with varied soundtracks of different genres, FIFA. Well, it's currently called like EA Sports FC or something. So yeah, basically like they got every genre there. Electronic, pop, metal, alternative, rap, and from different countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with EA, the thing with Madden, the thing with EA, and the thing with the NFL is like all I'm doing, I am just begging for the NFL to just, for the love of God, get rid of the exclusive licensing agreement with EA. Just get some other people to make football games. Like, I don't care if EA still makes football games. Just don't have them be the only damn like game in town. Like, stop just. The exclusive licensing agreement is genuinely the worst thing that ever happened to sports gaming. Like, it truly is.
Amen.
It is.
You're just taking a massive shit all over John Madden's grave at this point.
I mean,
That's
it
just
felt like they did it last year. They didn't honor the man's legacy at all.
It's like, genuinely, it's like, it is so fucking tiring seeing, like, these companies with their game, like, just really just not doing a good job with the games, and knowing that there isn't really any alternatives at all. And when when you get, I mean, obviously when you get a good game, obviously, well, that's an easy pill to swallow. But when a lot of times in recent, like, really the past 5 years especially, like, and 10 years for Madden, to be completely honest, it's just been shit upon shit, and genuinely it gets really annoying, especially with other sports where sometimes you don't even get a fucking game at all. And I'm God, if I could make YouTube videos, like, there is one sports gaming company I would love to rip to shreds, especially with some recent news as of late. But unfortunately, I lack the skill. I have the skill issue when it comes to making YouTube videos. So, yeah.
Well, if you ever need help, then maybe
I need better programs. That's all. That's one of the things I also need. I just need, like, better programs and stuff to work
You
with.
operate, is your Windows or Mac?
Wait, what?
Are you Windows or Mac?
I think Windows.
Because if you had anything with an Apple, it is a paid program, but it's only $100. ScreenFlow is really like I use ScreenFlow a lot when because I used to make videos that are still on my channel today. ScreenFlow is the easiest editing software to use, especially when I talk to creators when I was growing up. I'd watch them. They all said the same thing, that ScreenFlow is probably even we all can't get on Windows, but like they said, especially if they were on Mac, ScreenFlow does the job. It's not outstanding, but it's cheap enough that you can learn. And it does the job well enough for you to edit and then upload. Easy peasy. I used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, ScreenFlow. Cannot recommend it enough.
But yeah, just with EA, it's nothing new with EA, but it's like, god damn, it's just like, especially with the rumors that, like, oh yeah, there was a lot of extra pressure in terms of, trying, like, in terms of, like, the NFL could finally pull it. It's like, for the love of God, just pull the damn plug.
I feel like that was... Would you say it's just so much was just, like, stuff getting out, and I feel like I've heard it before. And the fact that, like, I feel like just to make this year's launch of Madden just somewhat successful, just a little bit of success.
It's over. Let it go.
It's just to not have it a buggy fucking mess. Just one thing that they had to do. Just make it not a buggy, disastrous launch. And what is it? A buggy, disastrous launch. Have people to play to beta test it. Like, come on!
How are you this lazy and inept?
Like, the amount of times that, we've heard that this is their last supposed quote-unquote last chance at their Madden licensing is... let's be honest, we know how news circles work. If there was even a glimpse of the owner sitting around talking about saying, hey, we need to find a different source, we need to open up the football license to everybody, we would start hearing that, like, we would be hearing that already. The fact that we haven't heard anything in even just the grapevine, the NFL owners, they're like, they don't care. They don't care. The money's still going in their pocket. So I don't know what else to say. It's
I
they
have
would have
something.
FIFA finally lost their licensing agreement, and now they actually have to make a competing game. But I've still yet to hear a game that's actually able to compete with FIFA, and yet they're still pushing the same garbage. Sorry.
I have an interesting bit of news in the NFL. Denzel Mims has been waived by the Detroit Lions.
Whoa. Well, Denzel, we'll see you in the XFL, buddy.
Get ready to learn XFL.
Get ready to do, that is, wow. Dude got fucking got.
Because of he got waived, the Detroit Lions will keep their 6th-round pick that they were gonna give up in the trade, but they keep the 7th-round pick in 2025 from the New York Jets.
I mean, at the end of the day, Denzel Mims wanted to get traded, and
Oh yeah, apparently what I saw is the Lions, they waived him after a practice ankle injury, which also led to a calf injury in rehab. So yeah,
that just makes more sense. It's probably waivers with an injury statement. He probably could sign a futures contract with somebody, but he probably has to go to the XFL or probably no XFL, because I'm thinking if it's like a 6 months injury, he might not be ready for the XFL. He could always go to the USFL too. That's another
Get ready
very
to learn
good
bone fixing, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse, but shame for Denzel Mims. As for EA, I really think legislation should really come in. Even 2K, right? But 2K's adding a battle pass, and these games are $70 still. Really? We're paying for a roster upgrade and a battle pass, and the battle pass is only for online play, I'm guessing. It's just, man. Sports video games are in just a terrible state, and there's not much.
They are.
I mean, the only one that's I would ever recommend is MLB The Show. There's just so much really good stuff you can do with it. I mean, if you've never had an NHL game, I'd just get the most recent one, and then wait a few years. I still think NHL's just a. I just wait till they fix Be a Pro mode and then just jump right into it. It's honestly, I love NHL too much. I have too much fun with it, but we really need to end, or just get these games to just step it up.
Exactly.
My thing.
Bring Teddy Roosevelt back from the grave, so he can start trust busting again.
Because I'll let Nick go.
Oh no, you can continue, because I have a topic. I have one more topic I do want to bring up regarding sports this week. But you can continue.
Because at the end of the day, why I would just rather have it so you buy just one game. You just buy say the console's version of Madden, and that will always be updated with updates, because that's what it feels like. It feels like every new Madden is a major patch update, and without it, with the way it is now, I'm just exhausted by hearing just how bad it is. I'm pretty sure we're gonna just go into more detail with the Angry Joe show when he does his Madden angry review. I mean, I've already saw Soft Drink TV Thieves review
Yeah,
on it.
soft drink.
And it's
Urinating Tree even tweeted about it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, if all it had to be was just a patched experience, like it's
failed.
it's a patch every time, and you still can't make this game to be halfway decent for a patch.
It's a patch, and you can't even get that right.
Like you have the framework. It's the same thing as Fallout 4 when they used the same engine and it had the same bugs, but most people when you play Fallout 4 they have the mods except for PlayStation, which is stupid. But if you play on PC or Xbox, you have the unofficial update, which fixes most of the bugs.
And it even has a mode where you can replace the music with like 80s hits.
Oh yeah. Well, mods.
That one was a fun.
Mods do there's a wide range of mods you can use with Bethesda.
Let me
games.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Fallout 4 hits different when you're listening to like Phil Collins is In the Air Tonight.
I had Filthy Frank on. I listened. I had the Filthy Frank radio. That was the one that I had.
Are you talking about Fallout mod?
Fallout 4 mods. Yes, I had the Filthy Frank. That's what I used. I used the Filthy Frank radio.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, I've never played like Fallout, but I think if I had like a mod for like a radio, I'd probably have it play gangster rap. Imagine playing Fallout 4 with Tupac and NWA in the background.
That's true. Okay, Nick, let's get to your topic. In summary,
the one
EA
topic I wanted to bring up.
bad.
Yeah, EA bad, but now for a topic that I'm sure my final topic here. I'm sure this topic really blindsided a lot of people, and I'm sure with just saying that word, you might have a feeling about what I'm about to bring up. So the biggest news story of this week, news story of this week has been the controversy surrounding The Blind Side, which was obviously the whole story, the film, all that stuff. Yeah, really been the biggest news story this week.
What pisses me off the most when I heard about that is the brother still gets royalties from the fucking movie. And the actual the movie it's about hasn't gotten a dime. That pisses me off so much.
The thing I'm just seeing here, genuinely, like the thing I'm seeing here, which by the way, I love seeing on Google saying this was the most searched thing on streaming today, The Blind Side. So yeah, definitely got the attention of a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just wow. This is fucked up. This is yeah. I mean, it's just I really don't have much to say because it's ongoing and all that. But it's like, yeah, it's just like wow. This certainly took a turn. This whole situation took a turn that I feel like people weren't expecting.
Absolutely. Like, what we're talking is, I know money. When you talk about money, it's the most messy thing. But when we're talking about someone who went through the supposed adoption process in order to be adopted, had to give up conservatorship. That.
Yeah, that's the yikes.
That's something that sounds like that should have been ended a long time ago. Like
I'm gonna say it. I am kind of uniquely equipped to say this, but The Blind Side felt ableist as fuck. Like, they intentionally made Michael O'Hare to be as like dumb as possible, so Sandra Bullock could come off as more of a white savior.
Yeah, I mean, and I will say, I'm not gonna blame, well, because I know there's been people asking who's to blame for this. I'm not gonna blame Sandra for this. I'm more blaming the directors. I'm more blaming the producers, the people who wrote the scripts and all that. I feel like those are, in terms of the film itself, those are the people who would deserve the most blame in this situation. But in terms of like I mean, that's not getting into the family stuff, which yeah, I feel like that's an ongoing process that it's like, yeah, keep that. That's the drama that I am not trying to open up right there. But yeah.
Directed by John Lee Hancock, who also did Saving Mr. Banks, The Founder, The Alamo, and The Highwayman.
I remember the Alamo.
Yeah, that. Well, I know about the Alamo because it bombed. I know about that.
Oh, hey, what are you up to, Greg?
What? What can't? What? I know that money. It's always a nasty no matter where you go, because it's all about money, right? Like you can have a really good job where, like it's just happening in my life right now, where I'm actively looking for a new job right now because it's, I need to make more money. I do. That's just the reality of the world.
Oh my God, he wrote that awful G.I. Joe movie from
Yeah, I see
2009. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah, uncredited writing role. Yeah, that feels like a very fitting moment for him. But
Oh,
yeah,
Jeez.
this just feels very scummy.
Just a
dear
bunch of crap in his arsenal.
Yeah.
So basically, he's the he's the Ryan Leaf of producers or something.
He's like, he's almost like Raja Gosnell bad.
Those are names I have no idea.
Raja Gosnell is responsible for those awful live-action Smurf movies.
Oh. yeah.
No. Damn. Yeah, it's money is the root of all evil, and I really hope that the family does him right. I think he should get money in residuals for the movie, like especially if the brother, his adoptive brother, still gets residuals. Absolutely, he should be getting a piece of the pie. Like,
Yeah.
it's his likeness that was used for it. It's, at the end of the day, I really hope the right thing is done. I hope they do the right thing at the end of the day, but if not, damn.
Yeah,
Oh, Greg,
you
you
got
don't
screwed
go
over.
outside. You're not an outside cat. Come on.
Yeah, come on, like respect Michael Orr. He won a Super Bowl against my Niners.
I mean, at the end of the day, just
Hey. Greg's scratching at the door. That's why I'm.
Is he trying to touch grass?
I really hope he just
Quit it, you little whore.
I just hope that we get a positive outcome for this, and if not, then good lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, ready to move on to the next topic?
Yeah,
Because I got really light. It's kind of lighthearted. I just learned something this week. Something that I learned. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of numb to it because I'm an anime fan, and some anime fans can be kind of
Cringe.
well. But listen up. This week, I just learned that people can get thirsty over a fucking baseball.
Oh my fucking god!
Hear me out! Hear me out!
Yeah.
For the love of God, please hear me out!
My favorite thing was everybody using like the wood.
I mean, I would. Did you see those fucking hips? Oh my God!
Those hips don't lie. Hey man, those hips don't lie.
Let it be known, hey, let it be known there were nearly 3,000 bookmarks on that tweet.
Oh my fucking god.
3,513 bookmarks.
For the
Everyone
record, I would
apparently
do
finds
it with
fucking
Mr.
baseball
Met
hot.
too.
I know. Like, it's a mascot. There's
Fuck it,
a-
I'm gonna
and
tear the
there's a
stitching off that
person-
goddamn baseball.
There's a person inside that it's not like they're in a full body thing. It's not like they're in a full body mascot. They're in like a Mets uniform with a giant baseball hat over your head. There's an actual person inside there.
I'm gonna fucking smack a home run off that ass, know what I'm saying?
Down boy.
Jesus Christ.
Squirt. Bad.
Bad,
Down.
Yeah,
Bad.
come on, get back.
It's a mascot. I mean,
It's a
honestly,
baseball mascot, jeez.
at the end of the day, are you really just surprised? We have people that thirst over a moving PNG.
We
Yeah,
have
you have people thirsting over a fucking Vaporeon.
Oh,
This is the same reason why Tony the Tiger had to delete his Twitter account.
fucking Tony. Oh,
Speaking of which, I stare into the abyss.
It's just a bunch of innocent Frosted Flake cereals. They're great. Just don't look at the
Yeah.
replies because it's definitely not furry porn.
Yeah, Tony, just look up Tony the Tiger Twitter and go to images just to see some funny shit.
The internet stays undefeated.
Really does.
I hate
By the
how
way,
good
guys-
the internet just nails these like fucking horrific themes.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you search for Mrs. Met on Twitter, go to media, make sure safe search is off. You're gonna see the worst shit ever.
All right. Let's
Hell
take
yeah.
let's take a look at
I'm
this. All
gonna
right, search.
eat good tonight, and by eat, I
Mrs.
mean,
All right, so we're gonna is it explore, right? And we're gonna go to just searching Miss Met. Just
Go to the media tab in Twitter.
search. All right.
Hmm?
Oh, fucking Perry
Met.
Mrs. Met.
media.
Oh
Hell yes.
my! Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
what
yeah.
the hell is wrong with everybody?
I know what I'm doing tonight, baby.
Baseball.
I know what I'm doing tonight, baby.
Spencer, she's a baseball.
What?
And she's married.
What? The third image is porn. It took 3 images. What the hell?
Yo, baseball be damned. She kind of thick.
What the hell?
And just like that,
we've
bunch of-
lost the plot on this show, ladies and gentlemen. We have
What
lost it.
the? Like, the thing I don't get. Oh my god. Oh, there's so many people that are horny. What the hell?
Yeah, one of them infiltrated your goddamn show.
It's the internet. Are we really that shocked?
No.
yeah, let's be honest. It is the place where we have the Vaporeon creepypasta.
Oh, God, the fucking
It's not
Copy
success.
pasta.
The Vaporeon copy pasta. Hey, did you know that Vaporeon can atomically breed with anything? And then I also like seeing the memes where the amount of times the trainer threatened to use a fucking water stone on their Eevee.
Well, I guess apparently the same mentality now applies to baseballs.
It's just a base. It's a fucking baseball. And everybody's like,
Congratulations,
oh, hell
Mets.
yeah.
Now you have a bunch of new 13-year-old fans.
Hell yeah, I absolutely would smash it. I also like low-key thought, how many of them are like Tegan, you know? Just I thought I looked at the person that was like wood and I immediately thought of Tegan. I'm sorry, Tegan, but All y'all are horny. I get it. You're down bad.
Oh, I'm down like horrendous, dude. Like, fucking. This shit got me
I don't want
bricked
to
up,
imagine.
man.
I don't want.
My man, I am.
I don't even want to imagine what your bookmarks are.
Oh, I surprisingly actually don't have any bookmarks on Twitter.
It is like a chimney down there.
Easy. Spurt. Easy. But, yeah. That, I know we're in, like, the dog days of summer, but, like, at the end of the day, come be better than this. Alright. Up next, we got the baseball check-in. Good old sports ball. And I'm happy to please that Lorenzo Montoyas will be phenomenal to watch. Jimmy Joyce's Hemi Hoist. He is dominant. He balls out. Julio, oh my god, the kid is on a torrid hitting streak. He is 13 for 15 in his last 15 plate appearances. He has been on base 14 of 15 times. They didn't count his, I thought he was 5 for 5 today, but they didn't count one of his hits as they counted as an error on Jeremy Pena. So, oh well, at the end of the day. But, golly! I gotta say, it feels kind of weird to be in a playoff spot. It's so weird to be in a playoff spot. I've not felt just the playoffs in my soul this year. Because, I mean, the Mariners are, well, in all fairness, absolutely frustrating and being stuck, like I've said many times, stuck in neutral. And now, it feels like we're not stuck in neutral. We're making genuine gains to make a playoff push. And it's fantastic to see. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm an excited fan. I can't wait for the rest of how the season's gonna pan out. They do have the in terms of teams in the wildcard push, they have the third easy schedule, but that's gonna like change pretty quickly. That's gonna change. And fast.
Well, for the Brewers, it's that one word again. What? I still 1 week later, and I still have no idea what the Brewers are. You know, like, are they good? Are they bad? Are they playoff contenders? Should they be blowing it up? Who knows?
No, I wouldn't say no to blowing it up. You guys do have a, you right now have a top, 10 farms. What the fuck is this?
Oh yeah, Jackson Churio. My beloved. My absolutely.
Huh. What the fuck? I just got a fucking.
But yeah,
my antivirus software just picked up on something. What the fuck?
Yeah, the Brewers almost blew a 9-4 lead to the Texas Rangers tonight. So there's that.
I mean, the Rangers are a good team, but in all fairness, I don't think the Brewers, they're blowing it up is the absolute last thing I'd ever consider for the team right now. You guys do have a top farm system that's pretty close to ready. It's like really close to reinforcing the major league
current
team,
team.
the current team. Like they are.
They're about right.
They're pretty close. So it sounds like blowing it up. It's not the right term that I would use quite yet. I think you're in a good direction right now, and it's all about just maintaining form. The Reds really aren't in a position to really overtake your spot. I think the Cubs just might be a really good wild card team.
Maybe I should just stop listening to Gage when it comes to.
Don't listen, Gage. We have to win every game, or it's so over. There's no in between. I think the Brewers, even if you don't make the playoffs this year, you're never going to be in a position to blow it up because of how good you have the number one farm system according to Baseball America. And that's in terms of guys that are ready, that are major league ready. You're going to be loaded with lots of young talent in the future. And,
yeah, especially because of that Josh Hader trade.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, Padres love to give up many of really good futures for guys with limited upside. Ostanola is he's a pitcher. There was a back catcher that we had in 2020. We were pissed off that we shipped him off to the Padres, but that turned out to be one of the main reasons why the Mariners are really good as they are today. I don't think they're as successful as they are without Ty France. Ty France is a huge contributor. Munoz might be the key reliever for this team in the future. Matt Brash has been a very good reliever, and he was a player that was to be considered. Those guys are supposed to never even make the big leagues or have any sort of impact, and he's had a genuine impact. The only downside...
How's San Diego doing?
They are below 500, and as for many San Diego Padres fans have come out and said they would immediately undo that trade. That trade, they don't like that trade. They don't. And I say, I even told Gage, if there's any team that you ever want to trade with, it's the Padres. They're going to do stupid stuff. They're going to send you their top. They're going to send you guys that they don't consider to be their top prospect guys, and they'll make the majors. Like, Ty France wasn't even considered to be, like, high end. It was Taylor Trammell, and Taylor Trammell is whiffed in the majors. He might just be an average outfielder for an organization. But damn, Ty France is very like an above average MLB hitter, really good at really clutch at RBIs. I do that. I'd love Ty France. We all love Ty France, and yeah. I mean, never listen to Gage. Are you kidding me? Good lord.
I think with the Brewers, here's my thing. I'll say it on this topic regarding pessimism, doomerism, all of that. It's just, I think with the Brewers is, yeah, Gage does go too far in a lot of areas where it's like, yeah, if they don't win every game, then all of a sudden season's over. Yeah, I hate that part of that. But also, I will say, though, I don't blame Brewers fans who do have that sense, that feeling of dread, considering this is the same team who, in 50 plus years of their existence, they haven't won a World Series. So my thing with the Brewers is this: like, I don't want the overdoomerism of a fan to constantly plague the discussion. But at the same time, I also do not blame one for feeling that dread is on the corner, because let's be real, with the Brewers, history is not in their favor. That's the reality.
It's not. I mean, I know the Seattle.
Without the Josh Hader trade, the Brewers wouldn't have Will Contreras, who has been a huge contribution for Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, let's doomerism, more optimism, and there's a lot of genuine optimism for the Brewers. They're gonna be around for a while. The only thing that would have been really interested in is if it was like a soft sell, and even then last year could have easily just been the year where you just softly sold. You just sold just a
I'll
little.
say if there was time for them to sold, it would have been last year, considering how
Mhm.
badly that second half went for them last season.
And
That would
some,
have been the time.
and you sold your elite closer and got a bunch of pieces for it. That's good. And the thing about relievers is there's like just look at the amount of relievers that you just switch through, that you just end up going through just year to year. You're never gonna have like your full relief bullpen is the same. It is probably the worst job to have as a pitcher. It's you're not good enough to really be a starting pitcher. You have like one or two pitches that you're really, really good at, and you're just brought in for one or two innings, and your goal is to lock it down. Oh boy, I don't want to be you if you cannot lock it down.
And also, I hate to be that guy who's like Mr. Brag about the team, but like, holy shit, Milwaukee just shits elite closers.
Mm-hmm. See, you guys had nothing to worry about at the end of the day, and nothing to worry about at the end of the day. Sometimes the best move just might be just a little light selling. Nothing wrong with selling a little light at the deadline.
As a treat. As a treat.
Light's nothing wrong with the little bit of light selling. Like again, we sold Paul Sewell. We don't like that move, but you know what? And again, I've looked at a lot of discussions just with Mariners fans, and again, I've done the sin. I've interacted with Doomerism Mariners fans. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I know. I've done the most shocking thing that you can do. Interact with Doomers. And at the end of the day, there's just a lot of people that are just fucking stupid and have no idea what it is they're talking about. But I can also understand that there's just frustration sometimes. It's kind of justified, but not super justified, if you know what I mean. I hope at the end of the day, for fans that do a lot of doomerism, why do you watch sports? I get that, like, and don't get me wrong, I think baseball is probably one of the most frustrating sports to watch through on a week-to-week basis. This shit sucks.
There's 162 games. You're bound to get mad at some point.
100%. You are going to get mad. You are going to mauled. But guess what, Junior? That's baseball. Baseball is just, it's a sport. You're gonna get mad. And you're just gonna have to
No,
live with
fuck
it.
you.
Nothing is ever gonna go perfect, and baseball's like, you're gonna lose. If you lose a game to the Athletics, it's the Athletics, not the end of the world. I don't know. Doomer fans are they're quite special.
Guilty as charged as one of those.
It's
Oh God, tell me about it.
They're quite special. I mean, it's both. I don't get how something can ever be so justified and unjustified at the same time.
I want to make it very clear. There's a difference between rightful criticism of your team and just going full out. Fuck. We are fucked for the next 250 years of my lifetime. We are all fucked. That is what I'm trying to talk about here. By the way, let that be known.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously there will be times when your team absolutely deserves to get shit on, like for obvious reasons. Like like I feel like that qualifies in the terms of the criticism department, and There's a difference between that and yeah, you get it. That I am a broken record when it comes to this topic, really.
I mean,
But I digress.
I mean, I could not imagine being I mean, just a Chicago sports fan in general, because like right now, it just sounds like it's just the worst right now.
I mean, why Chicago? Chicago. I mean, it's the. I mean, I disagree with that because the Cubs are in a better position. The Bears are in a better position. I don't think it's the worst position right now. I don't know why
It's
you
better
picked
than
us.
what it once was. Like the Bears are like the like. It's not. I'm not saying like right now it's terrible. Like the Bears are on the way up.
I
Cubs
mean,
are on their way up.
if you're gonna pick a good example, I'd say Arizona. Like
Arizona.
if you're an Arizona sports fan, yeah, that'd
Oh,
be a yikes.
that's an easy dunk.
Yeah.
That's an easy dunk on. The Coyotes are bad. The Coyotes have terrible. I've never had a stable owner. And even then, no matter where you go for, no matter where you really go for Arizona fans, there's not even a bright spot. It's just like Arizona State, and that's it.
I mean, Minnesota sports is disappointing in a different way. You know,
It's
like
disappointing, but like, it's so it's how do I it's such a weird how do I weirdly put this? It's not that, especially with Minnesota sports, that you're necessarily bad. I say it's extremely frustrating. I mean, you have the Vikings that have a long legacy of failure, but they have one of the highest win differentials in is it point or win differentials in the NFL?
we're the winningest team to never win the Super Bowl, and it's not even close. The next closest is the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way I see it, like Minnesota, it's more literally getting kicked in the balls than
No,
constant
Mariners.
suffering.
We have
Okay,
earned-
yes, okay, the Mariners are the dick punching team, but at the same time, Minnesota sports is basically getting kicked in the liver. That's what it's like.
It's a constant.
You get
gut
kicked in the-
punch.
Yeah, you get kicked in the liver and you fall down immediately after showing so much promise. It's like, yep, that is the life of a Minnesota sportsman.
You find a way. And just remember, kiddies, it will always only get worse from here.
Yeah.
That's
All
the
right,
end of it.
so I'm okay. So I'm gonna talk about my Giants here, and it's a good thing that you guys were talking about Doomers because I gotta say this. Giants fans, I get it, we're struggling. Our hitting has been kind of so far. Our offense has stagnated. But here's the
L10
thing.
is 3-7.
But here's the thing. We still have a great pitching staff, a great bullpen. Our defense is solid. Our team's getting younger. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. We're still in a playoff spot. Yeah, I get it, it's a wild card spot, but you know what? We take what we take. And I'll be honest with you guys. I never expected us to be anywhere near the playoffs this year. I was expecting this to be like a rebuilding year. Like we're just gonna get younger, let go of the old guys. Honestly, we got let go of Brandon Crawford. He needs to retire. Honestly, like we got new core around. We got new core. Wilmer Flores, Tyro Estrada. Build around them. Build around the young guys like coming up like Wade Meckler, Luis Matos. Build around our pitching staff. That was basically what I was just expecting us to do, just get younger. And the fact we're in a wildcard spot and fighting hard for it, albeit in a rather crappy wildcard race, it's still exceeding expectations. So even if we're struggling on our hits and we've gotten a bit of a slump, I'm still not pressed. Whereas you Giants fans, I'm gonna tell you this. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. Remember how we were all talking about Doomers, how things aren't always gonna be this bad, and how we just gotta settle down and be like, hey, there's some things to be frustrated about. Yes, there's things to be frustrated, but you can't be like, oh, we're gonna suck for the next 20 years. you guys have gone way over that boundary. You guys need to have some. You guys need to have some, some perspective. Y'all could be rooting for the White Sox. Y'all could be rooting for the Rockies. Y'all could be rooting for the who else? The Royals. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Y'all could be rooting for the A's, but
Yeah.
y'all ain't.
Yeah,
Y'all are rooting for the Giants.
the Royals now.
Y'all are rooting for.
The Royals now give me nightmares.
Yeah.
I
But yeah,
see the
y'all are-
Royals sneak up like, ah! Oh god, oh, it's the Royals. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it like.
Anyway.
I'll let you finish. Jesus
Yeah, so yeah,
Christ, the
anyways. Giants fans, we are struggling a bit, but you know what? We ain't as bad as we think we are. We still got a great, like I said, we still got a great pitching staff. Our defense is solid. Our management is actually pretty good. And our offense, while, it's been struggling, I still have faith we're gonna, turn it around. We do need to change our approach. We need to be a bit more aggressive. Like, sitting on pitches is not the way to go, honestly. We gotta, just let it rip. If we swing and miss, what gives? It's fine. Just keep going. But I'm optimistic about this team. This team is gonna be a fucking powerhouse as this decade goes on. Don't listen to the damn doomers. Y'all doomers, if y'all just want to be miserable, give me all your Giants gear and wear Royals gear or White Sox gear.
Sorry, the Royals. They scare me. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be fine. Just sell the fuck down. I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs or not, but either way, this season's a success in my opinion. Just calm the fuck down. We can't win everything. Just don't panic. Don't fucking panic. My
Sorry,
God, the Bay Area is so fucking spoiled. I gotta say this.
Sorry.
We're fucking spoiled. We got
Sorry.
the Warriors winning. The Niners are a competitive team. The Giants won those World Series back then, and they're building a contender. Hell, I think when the Sharks finally get good in 5 to 10 years, they're gonna be scary again. Bay Area fans, y'all are freaking spoiled. We're freaking spoiled. We need to calm the fuck down.
Still West. How many times have I had to say that? That they're basically Boston West.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I've done the regrettable thing and looked at Doomer Mariners fans. They're a special kind of breed. My brain, I'm looking at them just complain. I'm just like, my brain can't compute at how just. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. I got Mariners fans yelling that Matt Bray should never pitch again in the 7th inning. I mean, oh boy. Doomer fans are interesting, but at the end of the day, breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah. Guess I might as well go next. Yeah, speaking of the team from Kansas City, they beat us today, so that was not fun. That was not fun, though. Granted, considering how they played against the Mariners, I'm not exactly as surprised as I would have been before seeing some of those chaotic games in that series. Cause that was some chaotic shit.
You have no idea. I am now.
I really thought y'all were gonna blow that 7-0 lead. I really did think you were gonna blow
that. That was just that whole. I was like, oh hey, it's 7-0. And then wait, what the fuck is happening? Okay, guys, we really gonna? Okay, let's stop this. All right, it's in extra innings now. He can stop this. But Julio's clutch. Julio was good.
Yeah.
I genuinely like. The thing that really is so good is the Mariners, we already have him extended for life. I still can't believe he signed that contract. That contract is basic robbery at this point. It's such a bad deal for Julio.
Yeah. It's a great contract by them, but yeah, I'll say, since last time I've talked, Cubs are kind of playing 500 ball, which obviously I'd like to see better, but not the end of the world, even though hopefully we don't lose another game against the in this current series. But
Who are you
I feel
playing,
like
by
the
the
main.
way?
Wait, what?
Who are you playing?
Royals.
Oh,
Yeah, just waiting to do that.
oh God.
Just waiting to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I will say the main really big talk regarding the Cubs as of late has really been situation with Marcus Stroman, because yeah, apparently the injury he suffered apparently while working doing rehab, yeah, apparently he had a rib cartilage fracture, which yeah, not what we wanted to see, and now there's no timetable for his return, so yeah, not looking great with Stroman. So yeah, well, I mean, really, we have no timeline at all for this. So now it's really just a big question of, okay, who's gonna be our fifth starter now? Because I mean, you have Steele, who's great. Javier Assad's really come up clutch as of late. Hendricks is serviceable, and Ty Lone you'll have to keep in, even with his struggles. I mean, you'll still have to keep him in. It's not the worst, absolute doomsday scenario right here, but really the fifth pitcher is the big question, because there are some names, especially from the minors, that do come up in terms of who could be the fifth pitcher. Because I genuinely think, considering how Drew Smiley's really fallen off for us, I definitely think the best case scenario is, you know what, screw it, just give someone from the minors a chance. And I say perhaps the favorite right now, for terms of the fifth starter. So probably from Iowa, but so because especially with our other pitcher, Brown, hurt right now because he suffered an injury, which obviously I hate to see that. But we do have another pitcher in Iowa, Jordan Wicks, who's been doing pretty well. I know he had a great game yesterday. I mean, did give up 2 earned runs, which is solid, but also had 7 strikeouts in at least 5 innings. So that was nice to see. So but the more interesting rumor I've heard, and I'll get to offense in terms of our prospects in a bit, but the other rumor has been regarding Cade Horton, who is our number 2 prospect right now, and I'm pretty sure he's high up in the top. He's really high up in the top 50, I believe. I'll check where he is. He's number 30 in the top 100 MLB prospect rankings, and he is quickly, very quickly been progressing through the minor leagues. I mean, hold on, I gotta look at the timetable because I know he's been coming up fast. Here it is. Okay, here we go. Because he was in Myrtle Beach, which is even below what was it? Single A, even below that. He was below that, and already right now he's in Double A, and there's rumors of him even going up faster. Because right now, I mean, he's been great. Basically, wherever he's been great for us. So he's definitely a prospect at age 21 that's really just 1 year into his timeline. He's already developing much quicker than anyone I think could have anticipated. So in terms of our fifth starting pitcher, it's a really, really interesting dilemma, and it's a dilemma that I'm uncertain of in terms of what the solution will be. But in terms of other minor leaguers, Pete Crow Armstrong still doing what we expect. He's been great, honestly. I say right now, he's honestly looked even better in Iowa than he did in Tennessee, which is saying something, because usually AAA is harder than Double A. I hope to pull the sacks up here. Well,
the weird thing about it is you can argue they're kind of just, in weirdly enough, it's like the same pillar, kinda.
Yeah.
It's because you can have anybody. It seems like it's one of those ones where anybody can really just blossom in the system, and you're fine. Most guys, it's especially higher end prospect guys, it's double. It's you go through the A's, but sometimes you just go Double A. Sometimes you'll just, if you're that good, you will go straight from Double A and skip Triple A. And for a lot of
Yeah.
Mariners prospects, that's been happening a lot. They will skip AAA. They will see what they got in the majors, and then if they need to work on anything, they go to AAA.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah.
I'll say it regarding some of these guys because, I mean, in terms of, because I know, like, at the end of the season, they expand the rosters and stuff, and sometimes teams will, you know, when they have nothing to lose, it's like, fuck it, we'll give one of the prospects just a 1-game chance or something, just give them a chance or something, see what they got. It's the end of the season, you know, get to that point and just let you know, just for the sake of it, you know, not going to hurt them. So, in terms of that, I do wonder if the Cubs might do something with that with PCA, but yeah, that's very, very fun to see how he's doing, especially not just with the hitting wise, but also outfield and stuff. The dude is an incredible outfielder, so yeah, you have to add that. You have to consider that as well when you look at how he's doing and stuff, which is makes his already great resume look even greater. So yeah.
Do you think Pico Armstrong could get the call up and get that 5th man spot?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like if it was to happen, it would. I mean, at the earliest, it'd be the end of the season that happens. That's my thing. Just because at that point, it's like, well, what do you got to lose?
Because he's been doing very well in the minors, and I mean, I feel like every team goes through their has like a different way of how they go through prospects.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different. Some organizations sometimes they'll just let them skip straight to the show. Other times they go straight through the grind, and especially we got, you know, nowadays there's just such really good incentives to get your players to the majors as fast as you can, especially with the extra draft picks that you can get. Seattle had 3 first-round draft picks this year, and they all did very good in the ACL. And that's when they're all young. They're in their 18s. I think they probably are off to Modesto next week. There's such a big incentive to start that clock, because it's 6 years in the majors or 6 years when you start playing?
I don't know.
I'm not sure about that actually.
Because
that's not true.
Because especially I'm surprised with the Angels, because if you have that 6 year time frame where you could start, once you're in the majors, that's when I know that you have that clock start. I know that clock starts when you hit the something. I might have to look into it again, but the fact that the Angels, because that's how ownerships can kind of hover over players, is if they delay it as long as they possible, and that way if they're like they're at their end of their prime, they don't have to give them much money, which is horrible baseball culture. Horrible. I can't stand the baseball culture. Like, it's just absolutely terrible. But the fact that the Angels did that, holy shit, the guy's service timer just started. And he was selected 40 days ago. My goodness gracious.
Anyway,
it's surprising.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add about the Cubs?
I think that's about it. I think I don't really have anything really major to really add to the Cubs. So yeah, I think that's good.
All right. Well, that's gonna call it for today's show. I'm old man. I have to go to bed. I have to go to bed.
Thank God, it is 2 a.m. here.
I
I was just about to say.
Anyways, thanks everybody for coming in today. Thanks for Noah for coming in, giving thoughts about the Houston Texans this upcoming year, and I'm excited to see what the world of sports has for us this time around. Anyways, call your mother; she's very worried about you, and we'll see you guys. Oh wait, shit! The division. Who we're talking about? It's West or North?
Yeah.
Right.
Spin the
it's-
damn wheel.
For
Spin it-
inviting me in.
Oh, no
Hope to do this
problem.
again. Hope to do
Yeah,
this again.
thank him. Thank you
North.
for coming, man.
West. All
Hope to
right.
meet you again sometime.
Enter.
Yeah.
Spin. West. We're going west.
Okay, cool.
AFC West is up next. Until then, we will see you guys next week. Take care.
Take care.
Sickos country, let's ride.